And hello,
Hello,
everybody.
and we're here for the
Number
fourth
4.
podcast. Joined with DJ, Dungeon Master.
Soon to be.
Coming up on Sundays, and then our Wednesday Master
The
Hello.
first Dungeon Master
Ever.
of the Masters.
I was the original dungeon master.
for the 46.
The elder one.
Great guy, Gax.
Yes, I
Is
am the
that
legendary
you?
Gary Gygax. I
Reincarnate.
discovered the secret to you. I've assumed this new personality.
Yeah. I'm excited to get started.
Things have changed.
Quite a few.
Really
Yeah, I'm
excited.
looking
I'm just
forward to
excited
it.
to play my
I know you are.
character. Oh.
Do you imagine Gary Gygax looking at fucking D&D right now? He'd be like, wow, so much has changed.
I don't know. I haven't been around since the first part, so I don't know the first edition. So I don't know how
Yeah,
much has changed. Like, I'm sure it's got more fleshed out, of course. But
It's a lot
besides
more
that,
like in detail and
Especially in
easier to
terms of-
follow now.
Yeah, especially in terms of lore.
much easier. Yeah, it's much more stream. That's for sure. Just
Mm.
from 3.5, where I came from, to fifth edition. So much. Ridiculous. I didn't play 4th edition. I skipped that. And the fact that they pushed out 5th edition so quick kind of confirms that it was shit.
Like, what was the first edition? Or did they just go straight?
It was like they did first, and then they
Oh,
did
okay.
an advanced D, and then after that, I believe 3rd edition came out, and then they quickly updated it to 3.5, and then 4th edition came out. And
I like 5th edition.
yeah,
Same.
it's good. I
It's
enjoy
very
it.
fluent, easy to learn.
Yeah, the advantage and disadvantage stuff is cool. It makes everything a lot easier, but it also takes away some of the really cool bonuses you get. Like, well, flank can still
Flank.
exist. You can still make it exist, but anything that's lost from 3.5, you can still implement. So there's nothing wrong with that. And the whole bonds and ideals thing that they have, it can stifle creativity, but it really just depends on how creative your players are.
I also feel like that's there also for just like inspiration as well.
Like optional stuff.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Like I know one of the backgrounds, like for I'll play the paladin, like one of the only ones for the paladin. I think. No, I should say that acolyte. It fits the paladin.
You can pick any background.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You
But
can, but some of them just naturally work better.
Yeah, I kind of like the ranger. I picked my outlander. That way I'd have more map making skills. That way Corby would, he lived out in the woods and stuff. So I feel like it makes sense that he'd be an outlander, not really living inside of the city much. He's a hunter.
I will say one thing that I definitely don't like is where the skills work in 5th edition. In 3.5, there were just so many more of them, and they were much more specific. I don't know how many times already during our sessions what's going to be that skill check? I mean,
Yeah, I
They
do wish
don't
they
have
had
one.
like a couple more.
because the way they have it now is like they have Arcana, they have Religion, and they have History. But it used to be it was just knowledge,
Knowledge.
and then you would you would choose what you specialize in when you create your character.
mhm.
You'd be like knowledge, local history, or knowledge, world knowledge, religion knowledge, Arcana, and that was a little bit easier, in my opinion.
Wouldn't
to
that
do.
spread your skill points?
Yeah, that was kind of the thing. Like skill points were spread out a lot more back then, and
So
it would really define more what your character could do than they do now.
So like you were a lot more specialized. In a way.
Yeah, you were a lot more like in 5th edition. It feels like every character is a little more general than they would have been in 3.5, which is not a problem. But it does make the characters lose a little bit of their character, really.
Actually
And it
makes
used
sense.
to be really important. Like, for example, rogues in 3.5, they were your skill monkey because they got so many skill points every level. Because unlike y'all's in 5th edition, in 3.5, whenever you level up, you got so many skill points to distribute amongst your skills. The skills that your class was I can't remember the term for it, but there were skills that your class preferred. You'd only put 1 point from the ones you got into that skill point to raise it up a level, and there was a max for each level. Of course, you can only go to a certain amount of skills, so you couldn't just dump them all in and just shoot something up. And then for it was class and cross class. For class skills, you only need 1 point from your pool to level it up, and cross class required 2 points because your character would not be proficient in that. You'd have to dedicate more time to it, level it up more.
That makes sense.
I like that system a lot more than the 5th edition. approach to skills, but it still is more streamlined in 5th edition. So you don't even mess with it really. Every level up, you don't have to worry about your skills at all. Like, go up as your ability score.
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad you still learn like stuff every most part.
Yeah. Well,
Or at least get to pick
spellcasters
from
do.
s-
Yeah, you get like an ability, or you don't really get to pick that much.
Once you
It
hit
just
your
says you get this at this level.
yeah, once you hit that your school or whatever.
When you give up your opportunities to get feet, that's kind of when you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a camp. I don't know. It's like pretty cool.
Yeah,
There are some
if
really
I-
nifty ones.
But
If I
ability
read it
points are
right, isn't it in
cool.
5th edition you can give up your health
Once you hit-
increase to
It's
get a
your
fee?
It's your
your
points.
ability. Yeah.
Yeah,
your
level
ability
at level
scores.
4 you
you
get
give
to
up an ability score?
yeah, at level 4 you get to either do 2 points in one thing or 1 point distributed. And
Yeah.
you can go for the the modifier. So if you're like +3, you're like, oh, this will make it +4. If I put 1 point in there, you can kind of distribute it like that, or you can go pick a feat, any feat.
Like in 3.5, there were just dedicated levels. That, all right, you get a feat at this level. Fucking table of feet. It's just like you can have any of those. Of course, they all have prerequisites. A certain stat at a certain number. You had to have a feat pre-line for it to get it.
Yeah,
So
I
you
think
could just get the best ones.
I think there may be do progress, or at least
Yeah,
a couple.
probably.
Dude, for Catagast, you need to get the is a feat where you can be proficient in heavy armor.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like in 3.5, same. You can like just get like there are feats just to give you proficiency in certain weapons or types or armor types.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of but the issue with that is I don't know in 5th edition if they have this, but in 3.5, even if you're proficient in armor like that as a spellcaster, they still have a called an arcane fail percent. So if you're wearing this armor, it impacts your success rate at successfully casting spells. So even if you're proficient in them, it's still I think it might reduce that penalty, but it's still there.
Yeah, I couldn't do it just because it would hurt my brain.
Wearing
Plate
now.
armor.
Battle mages, man, they exist.
Yeah, but I don't like. I'm not a battle mage. Video game. Like stay
Right.
back and like poke you and fight you, so you want to just give up on.
Ah.
Ah, I see. But I think like my favorite like battle mage style, because I do love doing that. But the best game I think was you can do it in Skyrim, of course. But Oblivion was way better for it in my opinion because they had the touch spells that they didn't have in Skyrim. So just fucking put that electrifying grasp in one hand, sword in the other, boom, and just slash. Just it felt so good doing those touch spells because they were so powerful.
Yeah.
But the trade-off is you're getting close to your enemy.
It-
But if you're wearing heavy armor, and so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oblivion, man. That was the first. That game holds a special place in my heart, dude.
Mhm.
That is the first, like, straight open world RPG game I ever played. That one, maybe, or Fallout 3, both Bethesda. Oblivion, dude. Fantasy RPG, I should say. And that game was
Creed.
fucking awesome.
Assassin's Creed. Those games definitely hold like a really good spot in your heart. I mean, like I grew up on like Pokemon and stuff.
Fantasy open.
For the most part, I was just trained into.
Wow.
I get into
Okay.
games and I'm like into games. Or swap because I just wanted to like. Because it went from Halo,
Yeah, dude.
Warfare, and now for like.
What do you? What
Like,
do you
what's
know
this
about
game?
Overwatch?
Play a while. I don't really care. It's
Here lately, and like I know we were just talking
Yeah,
about
Overwatch.
Dungeons and Dragons, but like I haven't been like in a hankering to. I haven't had any hankerings to play video games. Thinking so much about D&D.
I've been thinking giving them a complete.
That's,
What?
that's
Why?
interesting, bro.
Thinking about it. I don't want to devote. Or at least.
No, I couldn't do
Like
that.
I've already taken all. I've already like changed all my socials and everything. Like or. Like I don't even mess with.
Oh, Snapchat though.
Yeah, Snapchat's different. I'm keeping it. That's how I stay in touch with.
Yeah, it's a lot more like personal than
Yeah, but like Facebook,
or
Facebook,
Instagram.
Facebook,
Nah.
Instagram, like Twitter.
Oh, you're not on Instagram anymore?
Well, see, the weird thing about our Instagram is we had Realm_46 reserved as Instagram, and I sent in a report because I tried logging in on the account. And it was been deactivated for violating terms of service.
Oh, you fucked up.
Yeah, and I was like, we haven't put one picture up on our Instagram.
Maybe that was it.
Like, we just made it.
Maybe if you don't post anything, they just.
That's possible. Well, maybe they'll unlink it pretty easily. So once we get back into that, that'll probably be my Instagram feed.
But like your Sir James Bowden account is done.
I don't know if it on Facebook there is the option.
Ah, well, Facebook is whatever.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
understand
saying
all
like with Facebook, they have the option where you have both of your accounts on the app, so I could swap back to my other if I wanted to, but I probably. But on Instagram, I would like to do that if that's if there's a feature. But if there's not, like, probably.
So what you're telling me is we need a social media man.
I'm already like on it at this point. I'm literally.
It's admirable, man. I mean, like I
don't
told
wanna
you,
do-
like most time, dude, I feel like I
The
don't
man
even
of
really
memes.
like have time for video games, anyways, dude. For example, today, you know, usually I get home a little after midnight. I gotta cook food for either that night or the next day. I want to start working out. I just went for a run before I came over here.
Yeah.
Like I still have to plan my campaign, you know, work on the map and stuff. Like by that time, take a shower, laundry, everything. By the time everything is said and done, dude, it's like 3, 4 in the morning.
They just make me, I don't know, all this stuff going on makes me feel like I'm like wasting my.
And that
could be
too, man.
doing this.
It's
I
that
don't know.
weird anxiety. Like
Weird. I'm like,
feeling
I
that
could
way
be
a
doing
lot too,
this.
Dude,
man.
it's like as soon as it's so weird.
It just
like
it feels unproductive.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, like I
I love it.
enjoy
Oh
Oh my
myself.
god,
yeah,
you're all
dude.
becoming adults.
Is that
Get
what
the hell out of my
I
face?
honestly
Dude,
think that's
like-
what growing up. I say growing
But
up, like
it's for this because I love this.
Well, yeah,
No,
if you're
yeah.
passionate about the like
it's different.
I give up so many personal responsibilities that I should be doing to play video games. Like I there's laundry that needs to be done. I need to actually cook
same.
stuff.
This is just
I
Yeah,
understand.
but see,
it,
that
dude.
stuff's
I
different.
understand.
Like
Yeah,
nobody wants to
different.
do that stuff,
Yeah.
but we
Fuck all
definitely
that.
want to do this.
yeah, like
you know?
I enjoy the show.
Sure, yeah.
But even like, you know,
And
Sunday,
you've been getting that way too here lately. You're like really wanting to get invested in this too.
Well, yeah, but I'm still not like
I know you're not gonna like give up video
No.
games yet.
not.
Well,
gonna
when
happen.
Classic WoW comes out, I mean, I'm gonna be like a bit.
I mean, I get what you're saying completely, bro. Like, even like on my days off, where like I don't have to worry about work or anything. Like, I'll sit down, like I'll try and play Siege or something. Like it's just like, I feel like
Yeah.
there's definitely something else I could be doing right
Well,
now.
even when I was playing Hearthstone, I was like, man, like
It's just like
I
you're
could
wasting
just be
time
doing,
almost.
like I could be coming with an idea for like some day this week for a channel. Where I am like flipping cards in a video game.
All day at work, all I think about is stuff for my campaign.
Nah, I ain't giving up Counter Strike. It's not happening.
Wait, do you play Counter Strike?
You play CS:GO?
Fuck you. Still,
That's a dead game.
it just got free to play. It
He
has
calls
so many
everything a
people.
dead game.
dead
Don't
game.
listen to him.
Destiny
Have you ever
Destiny
played
2 went free to play.
CS:GO? Like
Yes.
Global
Wait.
Offensive?
I played
What?
my friend Flash.
Like
is-
how
free to
much
play?
time into it? Because it takes a lot of
Like
time.
you
to
don't
actually
have to buy it.
I played the
anymore.
learn
good.
how to play the game.
I played a little bit, but
Okay.
when it was dead,
when
and
it was
it's still dead. But
No, it's
I was
not.
playing.
Not
I'm
dead.
pretty good at it because I'm really good at aiming. So my friend
you are.
Flash,
I'll give you that. If you're good at aiming, that
my
that
friend
already puts
Flash
you ahead of most
is
people.
a top global elite, and he was training me to play.
Oh,
You can look it up. He's also top 100 in Overwatch. Really good.
Who?
Flash, Mikey.
like so, top 500 in North America.
Flash
he's
is
also-
really fucking good.
he's
dude.
also
Flash is really good.
Almost top 100 in League of Legends right now, which is insane.
Jesus Christ.
He's a
Always
god.
finally getting there, huh?
You know,
He's like, I'm not gonna stream until I'm number 1. I was like,
I
okay.
I
He's
recently
just streaming COD.
watched a video. It's talking about top 100 players stuff in Counter Strike. I recently watched a video where it was I've never seen another guy's videos of this. I don't know who he is. It came across my feed and I watched it where he took a Gold Nova player, which is about your average skill level for a Counter Strike player. That's what most people are going to sit at. And then he took a Global Elite player, like top percentile of people on the competitive ladder, and he took a pro player who was on the Australis team, I think, which are one of the better teams right now. He's like number 24 in the top 25 players on some people's lists and stuff. I don't know a lot about professional Counter-Strike. I don't watch it. Probably why I suck so much at it. But he took all three of them and he put them in a series of tests. He gave them like a little weapon course test where they have like when police do training courses, they have like little cutouts and stuff and they run through it and they get timed and stuff. Did that. He did a reaction test, which is just a wall that has like a red dot in the middle and like green dots pop up and it's just how quick you can react and hit the shots and stuff. And then he had he put them in death matches, random death match. They have death servers and Counter Strike, warm up and stuff. Whatever. And it goes as you would expect. The Gold Nova was the worst. Global Elite was the middle, and Pro Player was best. But what was crazy is just how different skill level was between the Global Elite player, and Pro Player. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I always thought Global Elites were probably like, they're probably just not Pro Players because don't have that bit of that, they can't dedicate their life to it. I guess that's the only thing I really thought separated, but it's a whole nother level. Like, you can practice as much as you want, but unless you're just born with the talent, just not gonna happen. Like, I like, not for professional gaming at least. It just really put in perspective because like the weapons course map, before the Pro Player had played it, because he hadn't played it at all. Like, none of this, I think none of them had touched any of these maps before they did this. The highest score on it was like 57 seconds. And the Global Elite player got in the number 2 spot at like 55. The Pro Player beat it in 47 seconds. And the Gold Nova was like at a minute and some seconds. And it's just insane. The skill level disparity is absolutely mind blowing. I never witnessed that video. Well, yeah. Pro Player's on a whole nother level.
Same thing in Overwatch. And
Smash.
Most competitive games played.
I don't know.
With
is it really
WoW as well?
I don't know if it's this thing's fucking. I don't know how similar it is to a game like Smash.
Smash? I don't know. I've seen a lot of people play Smash. And, like, I'm pretty good, but
yeah,
I think I could play with them. But if it was like out of high amount of rounds, they're gonna win.
I feel like Smash is different in Counter Strike, where like Counter Strike, from what I saw, it seems like you're born with those natural reflexes.
Counter Strike's aiming.
Yeah.
Once you have enough hours on a mouse, it starts becoming muscle memory.
I disagree. I've spent
How do you
hundreds of hours in Counter.
How do you aim with is your whole arm on the table when you play?
Usually, well, this is a little high for me. Usually sitting, my keyboard's like this at a little bit of an angle, of course, so I can get. But yeah, it's mostly like, no, I'm not resting on.
Okay, well, you should rest your arm.
Yeah, you should.
If you get used to it, so
like this.
This is why I play. And you also play on low.
No.
You also play on low sensitivity.
I play on low sensitivities, yeah.
Okay, well, what you play like this?
I play at the lowest I'm comfortable with.
You play like this, so except when you're playing snipers, then you wrist aim, scope sense. But when you're doing other stuff, you whip.
Actually, like, do it.
Pick your whole arm up and whip, because you keep your sensitivity low enough to do that, and it makes you a lot more accurate.
Well, yeah. I've watched all kinds of videos and stuff on it. I don't have the natural talent. It just can't happen. Like, I've tried. I've been playing games since I could hold a controller and a mouse. I didn't get to mouse like computer gaming until like about high school. So I was late to that party. But still, like,
just a console player over here.
Yeah, but
okay,
you're
working
working
on it. Playing
nah, probably not.
With him
oh, you have a case.
Yeah, but
you bought a case.
I know, but I don't know if jump to PC. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even really play games that much.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna be stopping playing games anyway.
We'll see.
Yeah, see,
it
changed when I asked to buy the case.
So we'll see.
But not planning to do anything. I don't need it anyways.
Some days are definitely better than others, though. Some days I can shoot a lot more accurate.
Death Stranding's going to PS4 anyways.
That's why I usually prefer to do like turn-based strategies games and stuff like that.
You're really good.
I don't have to worry about.
Stuff.
Yeah, I prefer that stuff. It's turn by turn.
You would enjoy classic WoW. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't have to.
I have seen how like many fucking hotkeys and stuff you have to keep up with and actions per minute. No,
it gets a lot easier with like macros and stuff like that, though.
You don't click the button.
You don't click them. I know you don't.
Yeah, unless you're Doc.
But yeah,
clicker. You listening out there, Doc?
Destiny 2 is free.
Wow. So like,
it's because it's dead. They're trying to get there.
Yeah, it's because it did do poorly. Hey guys, compared to what they thought
free
it
to
would
play.
The base game is free, along with like it said, like quality of life things, or like Crucible and everything.
Right. And raids and stuff.
You still have to pay for all the DLC.
They're pretty much doing what most games now do. It's like a pass sort of thing.
Yeah, I heard.
Get a
I actually
pass.
saw.
It's like
I actually saw a
year
post about
pass.
it. People were pretty upset. They were bundling them together for like $40.
It's a season pass, is what it is. Like I have the expansion pass right now, and it has like the first one was all the stuff with the drifter, and then the second one was the black armor. Third one, season.
Yeah,
I think they
season
should
of
save that and
Oh what?
substitute. Get the base game for free, and then all the deals, all the new stuff and old stuff. If you,
Nah, people are gonna hate that.
I wouldn't do that.
They ain't gonna do it.
it help the game out, man.
I don't think
I'm
it-
surprised.
saying
I'm
if they did
surprised
it-
World of Warcraft has stayed sub.
I'm saying they
subscription
should
for
have
so
done it
long.
And Final
on-
Fantasy.
They should have done it on release.
I'm so surprised.
Destiny 2 is trash on release, dude.
Yeah, no, so they goofed in the title.
Destiny's been
Totally.
trash for a long time, man. I hate to say that because, like, to date, that's still probably one of my favorite fucking games.
I don't
dude.
think Destiny 2 is trash right now. It was when it first came out, though. There's so much more to do in the game than there was.
There is, man. There is. I don't know. Maybe if it wasn't so dead, it would be better, I guess. You know what I mean?
I really don't
Yeah.
think it's all that dead.
It's so hard to find anybody who plays it, though.
Well, in your friend group, yeah. You're in that clan.
Yeah, but nobody in that clan wants to fucking accept invites, so.
Yeah, fuck that clan. Leave it. Join another one.
Okay, bro.
You know, you could always, like, get on Reddit and stuff, but, I mean, what if I get
So
up
we
in
used
there
to
with a pedophile?
Yeah.
Well,
they're
good thing
so
you're not a
worried about
kid.
you.
What if he wants to? What if he wants to see pictures of my dong?
I mean, will he give you some good?
You're
loot
not
for it?
underage, so he's not a pedophile.
You gonna give me your loot, bro? Give me your loot, and I'll send you a picture of my dong.
Right.
Destiny's never really been my forte. I can't do games that are like grindy. Like,
And don't
can't
play
just
WoW.
Play the same thing over and over and over and over again just for a chance to get
Yeah,
something.
that like loot shoot style.
Fuck that.
Don't play Monster Hunter.
Like I
either.
play Borderlands.
You like
I
fucking-
like Borderlands a lot.
You like Dauntless?
No, now hold on. I
You
don't.
literally-
I don't play Dauntless for the grind
I've been
part
bringing
though.
it up to me for
Like,
the past few
the
weeks.
main reason I will say I'm probably in the minority. The main reason people like games like Dauntless and Monster Hunter that stick with it for like hundreds of hours are the people that want to grind to get the absolute best. Like
I like
I
Dauntless.
don't care about that. I just want the gameplay to be fun.
There's
Like,
something about
I'm
just
playing
killing a
Dauntless right
giant
now.
fucking monster that feels good though.
I guarantee, yeah, that I guarantee you, if I play Dauntless enough to the point where I've seen all the monsters and I'm fighting the same thing over and over again, I'm gonna quit it. Like in about a week or two, after I find these 2 new monsters I haven't fought yet, and I kill them, I'm not gonna care. Like, why would I want to do the same thing over and over and over unless it's really engaging? Counter Strike. There's only like 10 maps you play on, but the reason it's so engaging is because like you and your opponent are always going to do different things, and there's so many different types of encounters you can have at every little individual point of the map.
I bet Crucible's gonna be really fun on Destiny. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, with all the new players,
Yeah.
like whenever like Christmas time was running.
Yeah,
new
do all the
players.
Christmas noobs, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
that stuff's great. I loved Battlefield 4 during that time, man.
the point you just made, I mean, that's why I like games like played Rainbow Six.
I love Siege. Like before I started playing Counter Strike. Well, I played Counter Strike a little bit before Siege, and then Siege came out, and I started playing that a lot, and I enjoyed it a lot. About 2 weeks, I played solid. And
Like
then
that
again,
game.
I just
Can't
got
get
bored
back
with
into
it.
So is that pretty going on PC still? Because like back when I played it, I couldn't find shit games on there.
So going
man.
just fine.
Remember when I bought it back on your laptop like forever ago?
Yeah.
I could never find a game on there.
It's like instant
The
game.
one fucking game I got in there, there was like 2 guys on the other team, 2 other guys on my team, so 3v2, and like they were all fucking typing in chat, knife only, bro. Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Fuck
dude.
that.
I went in there and I fucking
Was
shot
that
everybody
in
and
a
they kicked
competitive
me.
lobby, or was that just a casual game?
It's just casual game,
That's
dude.
why you couldn't find anybody.
Oh, is everybody in
Everybody's
competitive?
in the shooters like that. Counter Strike, Siege.
Siege.
It's all
Ranked or
competitive or
that.
nothing. Yeah, ranked or nothing.
Ranked or nothing.
I made it into platinum.
A diamond on
Like if on Counter Strike, if I play like war games or deathmatch or anything like that, chances are the majority of the opponents are going to be bots.
Hold that thought. You say you got to diamond on Siege and on PC?
Yeah, I was in diamond on.
I don't believe you.
on
He's good at
console as
shooting.
well.
Like I've watched him shoot shots.
I
He's
don't believe
really
you.
that's all
Diamond's
it takes
right
to
up to
be really
platinum.
good at shooter games like
Yeah, I
that.
don't believe you.
You
If
get-
you
I-
cannot have any knowledge, but if you can fucking aim at somebody's head,
within the first 3 games of casual, I went I was carrying the whole game. Like up until Diamond, people on PC.
Show me your charm, bro.
know,
I don't believe you.
I believe him.
It's just aiming, dude.
Show me your
the little
charm,
bit, the
bro.
little
Yeah.
bit I've played with him on Overwatch, I believe him. You can have like no game sense, no knowledge about the game, but if you can just actually aim and hit people, it puts you way ahead of most people
I
playing
know.
the game.
I was almost hit Masters on Overwatch, and the season
I thought
And-
you already hit Masters on Overwatch before on console.
on console, but doing it on console is really
Yeah,
easy.
but it's different on
Doing it on console is really easy. I gotta play fair and mercy.
Because they can't aim on console because controllers suck for aiming
and
shooters.
I'm a monster.
Fucking tell me about it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a monster
Yeah.
on fair, so
Fair, you don't have to hit them; you just hit near them.
if you hit them, you kill them.
Yeah.
Just double tap them. I got close to diamond on. I don't think I got that.
I think that's part of the reason why I
That's
like
really
games so
close.
much like Siege and Counter Strike, and even like PUBG compared to other battle royales. You cannot be very good at aiming, like I'm not. But if you have good game sense and you have knowledge about the map, or like in Counter Strike, it's smoke grenades, flashes, and volleys. You know where to throw them. You can still be useful for your team and be helpful. Or like in Twitch-based shooters like Overwatch and stuff like that. Yeah, already.
You can only carry so much.
True, you're right.
It's so team based,
It
and
is.
that's why it's so tilting. Do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
that
that is one thing about like PUBG, you're on your own. They're playing with, but
Yeah, I saw certain games. I usually play with like the same group of people. They were listening to this, you know. I'll tell them to their face, but like I kind of don't like playing with them sometimes. How toxic.
Mhm.
Like you get killed like once, or they get killed once. Man, fuck this game. Next round's coming.
I mean, that's how it goes. Like, you can't expect to win every fight.
I know.
You should just expect to learn something from why you died every fight.
yeah, as long
And
as
sometimes glitches do happen, and it does happen, or bullshit does happen. But
like
90% of the
latency
time,
or something.
yeah, 90% of the time, it's just you not doing what you could have done to beat the other person.
Chris is like one of the. I swear he's like one of the only people I know who like he dies by some bullshit. He's like the quickest to use H word.
Hacker.
Hacking.
Yeah.
Like he says that
Watch
shit
your
so
language.
often, dude. Dude, this dude's a hacker. Like, there's no. Okay, bro.
Yeah,
He was the first person I heard say that, dude, and I swear.
I play with some people that are like. I've either of you ever played? You two are a little compete. Do you play PC games?
A little bit.
Have either one of y'all played Hunt Showdown?
Mm-mm.
No.
I know what that game is.
It's probably, in my opinion, the best. Like, it's not really a battle royale. It's obviously built around kind of like it's like a battle royale. You're dropped in a map with like I think 12 other teams. So like there's like 24 people in total, I think, or 26, whatever. And there's you guys know what it is? I don't always.
I know what it is.
You know what it is. So it just recently came out on console.
Oh wait, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so like you're dropped into a map and there's like it's PvE, it's PvP VE. Like there's these monsters and stuff throughout the map that you have to worry about, mostly like zombies and stuff. Yeah, there's also a boss on the map, which is the goal. The goal is to kill the boss or bosses. Sometimes they put multiple. But you also have other hunters to worry about. You can work together. You can kill each other. It doesn't matter. There's no real precedent for that. But one of the guys I play that with is so quick. Like when he dies, he's like, "How do you know I was there? How do you know? Like, how did he hit me? That's ridiculous."
Every
Now, I
time.
will admit, sometimes it is frustrating because there's bullet penetration and stuff in that game, and some players are just good. Like I look out a window and then I duck down. They're just like, "Oh, his head's right there," and they just blast you right through the wall. It hurts. It feels bad, but yeah, like it's a great game.
Yeah, Justin was trying to give.
Yeah, it's. I play with Justin the most.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, if you have a powerful PC. They just released a new monster on there. Kind of thing that has like a bunch of insects and being.
Sounds terrifying.
Oh yeah, it spooks you. That game it gets
It's a
under my
spoopy
skin.
game.
Yeah, it's a spoopy game.
Spoopy.
Like you're sneaking through the woods trying to like sneak up on some enemies, and like they have sound effects in the game purposefully there to spook you. So you're like going through, and then you just hear like a twig snap extremely loud in your ear, and makes you jump so hard because you think somebody's behind you or something.
I mean, the boss enemies you're talking about look terrifying as well. Like there's one that's just like a giant spider,
and it can climb everywhere.
Yeah,
The
ceiling.
ceiling.
You'd be scared of that one.
and like what? Like it's
The
like you kill the
walls.
boss, and then like you have to like
Food?
banish its body, right? And
Yeah,
while you're banishing, the
You
other
have to keep
teams
an
can
eye
come.
out.
and,
Yeah, because
get
like
you.
once you pick up the soul of the monster,
Mhm.
the everybody else can enter like this sight mode where they can just see where you're at. Like you
Gotcha.
see a lightning bolt strike down where you are. But your team also gets like 10 seconds of true sight where you can see where everybody is if you use it.
Mhm.
And once it's gone, it's gone. But it's 10 seconds for both of you. So if you use it well, it can last for a long time. Yeah, it's like I love it, but not very popular. I'm worried it's gonna die. Right now, it's
Well, just getting introduced to console, that'll bring it.
that
force
was about
to
a
light
month or
up
two ago.
quite
I
a
think.
bit. Oh, really?
Yeah, it did
Mm.
help a little bit, but I don't know if it's being made by Crytek, same guys who make Crysis, and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably why
badass
it looks
game.
so good. Yeah,
Crisis was fantastic.
I only ever played the second one.
Yeah, I only played Crisis 2.
but it was great.
I played Crisis 2 so I could play Crisis.
Never really
Crashiest
picked it up.
game.
Yeah. So I never picked it up.
You
That
did
was
my
a bit of
Crysis
a-
3?
No,
Crysis 3
dude, it
the
was
crashiest
yeah,
game.
it was super buggy.
Was
Like
it?
it didn't even fucking.
Crisis
hardly.
3.
I didn't know that.
It had a really big problem on
I don't know if I
PC.
played the third.
Second one was.
I think the second one's the
apex.
one
The
that
third
most
one,
people played.
that's where they added like the bow and arrow
Yeah.
and everything. I never played that
Third one is also
So,
where they added
they had the bow
multiplayer,
and arrow
and
in
the
the second
multiplayer
one.
died. So
Oh yeah, I played the beta
one. They didn't
multiplayer.
have a bow and arrow in
yeah,
the second
it
one.
did not last.
I was trying to play my laptop.
I feel like they definitely did. Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, like I
Bow and arrow in the second Crisis game.
I remember if they did.
think they did.
I feel like I remember that.
Like I know because like I didn't have internet those times.
So you played a lot.
So if I liked a game and I beat it about 3 or 4 times.
That was me in high school,
So,
all the way up to high school. I didn't
actually,
really-
more
well,
than that.
Like I went for a while with internet, like in part of middle school and high school, but most of
Wow, the only time I had internet if I went to his house or Aaron's house.
we had satellite internet.
Oof.
Awful. Like I could play Little Big Planet with people, but couldn't play Call of Duty or anything.
Yeah, we had charts. I was wondering
Yeah,
if
like The Last of Us. I've played through that campaign, which every difficulty, not combined, but I've played it through it on every difficulty. I've beaten that game, and I'm not joking when I say this, like over 10 times.
I like The Last of Us.
It's one of those games that's easy to play over and over. So many different.
Like it got to the point where like I knew where enemies were at. Like I'd walk into, except when you play on the ground to difficult, basically like above hard. That was fun actually. But
Like
then
a good challenge.
you go to get supplies and it's like, oh, well, there's one bullet in the street.
Great.
Wisely.
Great.
Yeah, to my skull.
Fun, great game. I'm really
The
excited for
second
part
one's gonna
2.
be really
What would you say was like the fondest period of game? Console wise, like
Super Nintendo.
Xbox
Super
360.
Nintendo 360.
I'm a little biased
Probably
on that
WoW
one because
for
I
you,
played that
for
with my
sure.
dad
Yeah.
all the time, man.
I gotta give credit to 360 as well. Or 2 and Halo 3.
My stuff.
Yeah.
I played the shit out of that.
I mean,
My stuff peaked early. I peaked Dreamcast and
PlayStation 2, though, yeah, I forgot all about the PlayStation 2.
Like Dreamcast is to this day my favorite console. I spent so much time playing games on there. Jet Grind Radio, Shenmue, the first Soul Calibur.
Dude, did you play Sly Cooper?
Yeah. Well, I didn't play them growing up. I didn't own them. I played the collection on PlayStation 3.
like
I played Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, Ratchet and
all
Clank.
of
07
them. That was my
games.
shit. I played the first Jack and Daxter.
I think it was like
Played
Day
one.
After Tomorrow was my favorite 007
I like the
game.
night.
I didn't play any 007 games.
Me and my cousin used to just play co-op, and we play against bots for.
See, my brother wouldn't do that shit with me.
You
I went
put
to my
up,
friend
like,
Zach
tripwires
Champion's
and
house,
stuff.
and he
It was
just-
so much.
Because me and my brother are like far enough apart in age that like by the time I was able to competently friends and stuff. Every once in a while we play games, but it's mostly me versus him. He would just stomp my ass. I'm like in fighting games.
That's-
Yeah, it's a valuable life lesson.
Yeah.
I'll never be better than him at it.
Wait.
Except for like a fair view, like few our hero, and specifically Another game I put hundreds of hours into when it was Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2. Put a
The best
lot
one.
of
Say that
the
5
best
times real
one.
fast.
The best one.
The best one.
I put so many hours in that. It's the best 3D fighting Dragon Ball Z game. Which Dragon Ball Z Fighter, fucking
Z.
great. Fighters is really
I
good.
think I have that in mind.
And then there's that new 3D one, the Shonen Jump 3D fighting game that looks cool.
Jump Force.
That I haven't played.
Here's my thing with Jump Force.
I
I'll
think
tell you
it- I
right
think
now.
it-
Uh-oh.
He
Okay.
can vouch for me. What was that game?
It was,
J-Stars.
J-Stars,
J
dude.
Stars Victory versus Plus.
Yeah,
I
there
saw
you
that
go.
game. He saw it too, bro.
We got
Yeah.
so hyped for that
It's
game, bro.
it's
The predecessor?
yeah,
Jump
basically.
Force?
It's
I was working.
it's Jump Force 1 basically. Naruto, fucking Luffy, whatever from One Piece,
Yeah.
like all the shonen characters.
Frieza, Goku.
Dude, it's so repetitive. It's
Mm.
fun. It's badass to fucking warp into the Nine Tails of Naruto and like use your ultimate move in person, and it's like okay,
It gets old though.
it gets so old. And
Yeah,
that's
'cause,
what
I mean, you
I'm
use
pretty
that
sure it's
every
the same
fight.
thing for Jump Force. It looks cool
Yeah, it
because
does
especially
look
since
cool.
you can play as like Midoriya.
Well,
and
that was kind of the
everybody.
problem with like all the
Seto Kaiba.
the Naruto games, because Jump Force, but the fighting in it looks very similar to those. I don't remember what Ninja Scroll games, or whatever they're called, the Ultimate Ninja
Ultimate
Storm.
Ninja Storm.
Yeah, all those
Yeah,
games.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'd watch people play them, it looked so cool. But like on campus in the game,
Yeah, yeah.
when you would play it, it would be okay, but it would get boring pretty quick. And that's probably why they have such a large cast of characters, because
Yeah, man.
you gotta have
Sucks.
diversity when the gameplay feels like
Tekken
that.
was always.
Tekken's probably
fantastic.
Mortal
See-
Kombat, bro.
But that
Yeah,
goes
they're
back to
doing
like the
good.
very classic,
I want to get
like
it so I can be
good
best at
fighting
it.
style
if,
games.
if you're talking about 3D fighters, the one I've probably put the most time in, and it's embarrassing because I love the mechanics in the game, but you can't play it in public. The Dead or Alive.
I knew you were gonna say that as soon
I
as you
knew
said
that one was
that.
coming,
You
dude.
can't like.
Them titties
I-
are just
when-
too much
When
titty.
360 came out, they had one to come out with launch, and
Yeah,
being
Dead
my
or
bro-
Alive 5, right?
yeah, I spent a lot of time playing that game because it's really fucking good fight. It's 3D fighting game.
It's literally one of the best ones, dude.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best Dead or Alive games too.
Yeah.
Like it's really good, and the counter system's really good, where you have to like angle it, like use it on the right, which is going to hit you high, mid, or low, and you can get counters in. But it's
man.
if somebody catches you playing that game, Lord God forbid they're in the middle of a cutscene during the campaign mode that you're playing.
Dude, I remember it was funny. I found out about that game. I didn't even have a 360 yet, and I was at my babysitter's house. I mean, like I was going to a babysitter until I was like 10 years old, and I mean that's about the age I was, you know. And her nephew's sitting there, or her grandson, my best friend's nephew, was sitting there, and he's about like 5-6 years old playing this game, and he wants me to play it with him, and I was like,
Did your mom know you're here?
is Ronnie okay with this?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, this is fine. And I was like, okay. I feel like I shouldn't play this with you, though. it's very awkward.
Like I would always play as I think his name was
teacher me
Brad
how to.
Lee. He was the one that did the
Bradley,
drunken
the
fighting.
boxing guy.
His
That was
shit
my guy right
yeah,
there.
I love playing as him.
And then he had the Raiden hat, and like whenever he get hit,
It'd
he'd like fall off,
yeah.
and I'd be like, "You knocked off my hat."
I liked him, and I like the Russian Sambo
So
guy
bring back
just
flashbacks.
because I fucking love Russian Sambo as a martial art. It's so brutal and critical. Because that's what John Wick uses. It's Russian Sambo, and it's those quick like grapples and like arm breaks and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, and
We
it's
watched
so
the third one
satisfying.
today. It was. I
Oh,
can't say
yeah, it
anything,
was good.
But it was just,
Like I feel like it's the weakest of all of them,
I
but
don't
it's
know.
still good.
The fighting scenes in that.
I feel like the action scenes in the third one were the weakest. of all of them.
I liked what they were.
It got repetitive real quick. Like, oh, you did it. Oh, you did it again.
just did
oh,
it.
again. Who would have thought?
I just the end fighting was.
In my opinion,
Off.
like maybe
But-
the first action scene was one of the best ones,
Yeah, it was.
and then it was pretty downhill from there. It's still good though. It's still good.
I'm
But
ready to go
it's
see Aladdin.
why?
Heard it's really good. Why not?
I mean, I guess if it's good, then I haven't seen any reviews for
Jordan
it.
said that she had seen it
I-
3
I
times.
don't go into any movie reading. Any
I'm not a big
review.
fan of the original Aladdin.
I don't go into any movie reading any review.
I didn't have
They-
to read any
they
reviews. I saw
instantly-
fucking Will Smith as the
Even
genie.
that, I just give it a chance. Like if I see any, I don't even watch trailers anymore. they'll influence my opinion on the whole movie. 'cause
Well,
the
yeah.
trailers
And
suck
also, they show like
So they should do
pretty
that.
much all
The
the,
whole
major
movie.
plot
that
points of
as
the
well.
movie.
Like even in movies, like
The
I'll
best
sit there with
lines,
my
anything
fingers in
that's
my
funny.
ears, my eyes closed, waiting for trailers to go away because they just ruin other movies.
Then if their trailers ruin their movie, then
Or just give something away that's gonna piss me off. Depending on the movie, like with Star Wars, I don't want to. But if it's some movie that I don't know about, then that's.
I think all of you know. I think I've told everybody here how I feel about all the live action Disney remakes.
I've seen the Jungle Book, and
No,
the Jungle
okay.
Book was amazing.
It wasn't.
I saw the
I
new
hated
Beauty
it
and
so
the
much.
Beast.
I'll never. Watch
I saw
that.
Jungle Book and I didn't see Beauty and the Beast.
Was
But
it
just
neither
the
one of
scenes I
those?
saw.
That was Beauty and the Beast. It's
I will
live
say
action.
Jungle Book had some good moments in it. Like I know it was supposed to be one of the worst moments, but Christopher Walken singing "Want to Be Like Me" or whatever it's called,
Wanna be like you.
was amazing. Like it wasn't good, but it was hilarious hearing Christopher Walken sing that song.
I've liked it so far. I like that one. I think.
This is all Maleficent's fault. Ever since that one came out, somebody started doing this shit.
Yeah, that movie was.
They're making a second
Yeah,
one
that
now.
one wasn't fantastic.
Haven't seen it. I don't see many movies.
I'm
They
very
started off
passionate
pretty
about
early,
movies.
like trying to with like Enchanted.
I like
You know, that was
movies.
like their first chance at like trying to get
Enchanted
into it.
wasn't really. That's the one I'm thinking of where like
Or
the-
Ella.
Ella Enchanted?
Yeah.
that was the woman and the
Wow,
prince that
old
get
school.
put into the real world, right?
Yeah.
Now I feel like no, I feel like that's a different vein than from Disney remakes with all the CGI and stuff.
Oh, for kind of.
Like
Because,
Ella
I mean-
Enchanted was it at least somewhat an original idea.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I still don't like it.
I feel like that was their first.
Your work doesn't
Getting
even
into it,
allow
though.
you to watch
What do you mean?
because you only have. If I had one day off like you,
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm
like
I
I'm not
don't-
gonna waste my one day.
I
I
don't
only
go
got
see
one day
movies.
off. Man. You
Yeah.
build a do you get 40 hours a week?
I get over 40 hours
Do
a
you
week.
build a vacation time at least?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
isn't your boss see like not getting overtime is like a
It's not even that. It's just like if he sent us home early because he was upset with us, like that's what he would do. He was gonna mad at us or something.
You work for a company or just a guy?
Company.
I'm surprised they let him get away with it.
I just
Like I'm
depends.
surprised he's okay with so many people making overtime.
How if we don't work on Saturday. Like the way it works is certain trucks, because we wash out trucks and trailers and stuff. Sometimes some trucks only come in on Saturdays and Friday nights. So
Yeah, I guess
kinda have to.
trucks never stop delivering it.
yeah, I mean,
that way it gets all his employees.
I get
it's
money.
probably like that
Why
for
not?
the whole company. Like everywhere they have to.
Probably better than like.
Oh no,
having a bunch of
wash
people
bay
off.
and like we're the only people that work like pretty much all day. The shop will come in and if they have some stuff to work on. For
No,
like, a
I
couple
just meant like
hours.
at other places too where they walk. Probably have to.
Oh, I got you. There's places
Like-
on the road, over the road.
Like where we work at. Like if you get overtime, like
What the fuck
like,
are you doing
like,
here?
Like
Yeah, exactly.
last week, like when I clocked out and I was at 41 hours and I was supposed to come in to work the next day. Boss straight up sent me a message like, "You're already in overtime. Don't come in today." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like when I worked at McDonald's is the same way. Only managers.
Not
could
if you're a
have a
manager, you're
chance.
definitely not allowed to get overtime.
They were
They
the
have to pay you
only
even
people.
more money.
They were the only people that even had a
Mhm.
chance of getting.
Then again, there's a pretty big difference between like companies and corporations, though.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Pizza Hut, McDonald's, Walmart. That's like corporate shit. The place you work for is like it's just a company.
I mean, the CEO isn't there today. Like, there's corporate aspects to it.
Yeah, but
They
you're
just
not,
care
like,
about their. The
mainstream.
thing is, they care about their employees more.
the fact that your
Yeah.
CEO even visits your place just shows how much more on a smaller scale it is than.
Oh, he's usually down in Florida.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
still, like, not once have I seen anybody from anywhere
That's
near
fair.
our
Yeah, that's
place.
fair.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
getting the vice president there
And it
last
didn't
week,
happen.
and it did not happen because every store he visited was too hot and he was too exhausted.
Is that what happened? Oh, I was just under the impression they didn't make time for it.
No, that's why we got our air conditioners fixed so fast. Garth said that every place that he visited was boiling hot.
Yeah.
And so that's why they started this big email chain that just started like, yeah, my store's hot too. My store's hot
Well,
too.
I'm glad he did it. at
And they were
least.
like, well, get on it.
I like my job though. I mean, I
I
work
like
a
mine
lot.
too.
Like that.
I mean, it's I like my
I'm
coworker
getting burnt
too.
out a little bit, but I plan on taking a vacation.
Oh, yeah, it's a way.
I go on autopilot. So
It helps.
I'm
I
just
like
there
my
to make
coworker
money.
though. You like your coworkers.
That
Yeah.
makes it a lot. If I didn't like my coworkers, I wouldn't be able to.
yeah, I like everyone I work with.
So that's how I felt at Walmart,
For the
man.
most.
You didn't
know what
like
I mean?
anybody
Like,
there?
I mean, I like some of the people there, but I mean, first of all, you don't really have the time to talk because they're always down your throat to just like go, 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 you know? And like, if you're a hard worker, then they're going to expect you to work hard every day. But if you're a slacker, you know, whatever, go ahead and talk. We don't care. You're not
Yeah.
going to do work anyways.
Yeah, that
McDonald's.
that
in a
was one of
nutshell.
the things my brother taught me. Like when I was about to get my first job, he was like, "Don't you ever give 100% because then they're gonna squeeze you for 120%."
Yeah. Yeah, man. And I mean, like somewhere at Pizza Hut, you know, like people tell me they appreciate it. I never got that. So, I mean, like, that makes for a huge difference.
So, do you not work at Walmart anymore?
Dude, I quit that. Yeah, I couldn't handle that anymore, man. It was just too much stress.
Kristen
That
quit
place
MTD
was
finally.
What?
grueling.
Was she just working
She's-
Sammy's now?
It's like
Manager
full
at
time.
Sammy.
Yeah.
Well, if she's manager full time,
Because I know she's having.
It is a fucking good thing she quit.
killing her.
No, just see, I'm the type of person. This is especially when I worked at a place like McDonald's. I don't associate myself with anyone there unless I really like you, consider you a friend.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
if there's drama going on,
Fuck
everything.
that. I'm get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah,
Right.
goodbye. Like I don't talk to you, so please stop talking to me about this bullshit.
Yeah, like I don't give a fuck.
That's why I couldn't do MTD.
I
Part of
told
the
her,
reason
I was like,
why.
listen, like you associate yourselves with these people, and you're
Yeah.
getting caught up in this drama stuff that like you just shouldn't care about. And she's like, I know I shouldn't care about it. I'm like,
And that's the same thing with
then
social.
stop caring.
That's the same thing with social media, though. People like
Oh, dude, I hate
it's
social
the
media.
exact same thing.
That's why I make like maybe one update per
Yeah.
year. My annual
Yeah.
Facebook update or whatever.
That's another reason why I'm just off the channel. 'Cause, like if I'm on the channel feed, all I'm gonna do is I'm
feel
not
like-
gonna look at anything.
I feel like people on social media, they just look for like validation of sorts. If that-
Attention.
attention and
Acceptance.
validation.
yeah.
I mean, that's
honestly
what it's based
don't
off
know.
of.
It's-
man.
it's-
That's what the like system is
I don't
for.
I don't use hardly anything, but I have like
Most time it just
No.
feels like people just go on tangents. They'll be long and they'll be really thought out, but they're about absolutely fucking nothing.
like
And that's just every comment ever. Just post.
the only thing I guess I do use Reddit as well, but I usually just use it just to like pictures and
I
stuff.
love
I don't
Reddit.
know.
If
Like,
you
I
count
don't
Reddit-
read the comments, but
Oh, dude,
I
some of the
gotta-
comments are the best. In
Yeah.
Reddit.
Yeah.
I go to Reddit to find like designated information.
yeah,
And it's really hard to find a reliable source. If
Like-
I've got a Reddit, it's like some dude's like, "Hey guys, check this link. It takes you exactly where you want to get." Comments like, "Thanks, man." Whole feed.
like there's like there's for example, I just got recently subscribed to a subreddit called DM Academy, where it's just people that ask questions about.
Mhm.
That's
It's really neat.
turned into
Dude,
my interest.
There's
so
all
I just
sorts
look
of
at that
Dungeons and
stuff.
Dragons.
So I use that, and then
I
I
remember that.
YouTube, and I use Facebook to message people. But
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I made a post on
Yeah,
Facebook.
exactly.
Oh, I never post ever. I use it
I
for
think-
memes strictly.
I think I made a post I think I made a post asking for people if they wanted to get together for a draft for Magic the Gathering. I think that's the last thing I made. I do remember there was one time I made a sad post back in college. Like
Sad
I was
boy
feeling
post.
really depressed, and I made some kind of post. And
Oh yeah, I've done stuff like that.
I
before.
think I don't remember how long ago that was. I don't remember. I don't even remember what it was about at this point.
Hmm.
And I think that's it. Like that's all I remember.
I think I made a lot of stupid posts.
Fair enough. dude.
I never really posted much. I never posted pictures or shared content. I would just like type something out. And so
When I first got on Facebook and I was like a stupid kid, I would post the most stupid stuff on there.
really,
Yes.
I never felt compelled to. I never wanted
Cringy.
to.
Cringe. One would say cringe worthy.
I just never shared. I'm just like, well, this person shared that. Saves me time.
I used to
See,
like.
that's kinda how I feel.
That's about the extent. If I ever post anything, it's usually sharing like a funny picture, like a cool article.
Like I never wanted to put my thoughts out there. Like any
Yeah.
thought I know people there are because I guess I can't put myself in this frame of mind, but I know there are people that like think of something our generation, older, younger, whatever. Oh, that'd be a great post to make. They do it or they do it later. That never crosses my mind.
And now you're in the YouTube.
Well, here's the
streaming
other
business.
thing too. The way I see it, is that, and I know this to be a fact. There's only a few people that actually care about what I think, and I guarantee you that most of the people on, I say most, way over half, at least, maybe over 3/4 of the people on my Facebook like friends list don't care what I have to say. It's just like it could have been someone I met, people went to high school with and stuff. Like we know them. I know them.
To people anymore.
Exactly.
Like I don't even keep contact with people.
I was just telling Dominic at work, like I only have like a few friends that I actually hang out with.
Yeah.
Like I've hung out with him outside of work. I hang out with everyone who usually sits at this table. That's about it.
And people I was friends with back then, I bet if I met them now, most of them probably wouldn't need friends with them. They're probably completely different people compared to how they used to be.
I mean, I won't say anything.
Because I'm a completely different person.
Yeah, exactly.
So they probably wouldn't even like me,
I don't even like myself.
vice
So
versa. Yeah.
Like I won't say any names,
that.
but I
That's how I
messaged one of
feel.
my old friends like it was a month or two ago. Like I was at work and I was like, I'm gonna message this dude. We used to be really good friends. I messaged him and I was like, hey man, I know we like, especially like in high school, like kind of went our separate ways. Kind of did some things, but like I remember we had a lot of good memories together, and I hope you're doing okay, man. He kind of said the same thing back. He was like, we went separate ways and everything, but I mean the good times didn't happen and stuff.
well, I
was
mean
like,
that's kind of nice.
yeah, I mean like
Oh yeah.
there's certain
Sometimes
people,
that's all you need.
and there are certain people who you have fond memories with, but you may not be friends.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
people
there's
I like to
different
know
people
what's
that I
going
would-
on in their life.
Exactly. Yeah.
There are people that I wish I could still hang out with, live in way separate places. So
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
Facebook's good for me. Like I have some acquaintances that I wouldn't say friends because I haven't talked to them a lot, but acquaintances like in California, in Texas. I think that's the only place. Oh no, I have one in like Washington State that I can't talk to by other means,
Yeah.
and I just we message and talk to each other once in a while.
That's why I like
That's about it.
Snapchat. I mean,
I
I keep
use
my
Snapchat.
Korean friends.
Are they actually Korean? I don't know.
They're
Are they
They're
just
they're
stationed
stationed.
in Korea.
They're in the air.
Jordan,
Yeah, they're in the air.
Okay, I didn't know.
Martina.
They're in the Air Force. They're stationed in Korea and they're going to Japan.
I haven't hung out with them a lot, just Overwatch. But they just run. They every time I play with them, they just Russ.
Their army.
Yeah, they're good guys.
Yeah,
They seem
Tina's badass.
You
Yeah.
should teach speak Japanese.
He learns.
He will.
Flash is learning.
Really interesting.
Have any of
The
you used
fucking
like that
genius.
Duolingo stuff?
Yes.
Yes. Is it useful? Because I've seen people
I
I
use
used
it.
it in college, and all I
Yeah.
did was like, "How the fuck do I fill in this blank?"
It's
Thank you.
basic exercises at
Yeah.
the base level.
Yeah.
That is. You guys see the memes of the Duolingo
Yeah.
owl.
Yeah.
You haven't done your exercises.
You know what that means. I've seen the one paired with like the Hawaii missile scare, fake missile scare that happened like a couple years ago. You haven't been doing your lessons. You know what that means. And the warning pop up that so many people got. Y'all remember that, right?
I do remember that.
Yeah, like I read. Oh god, when I'm up late at night, I go down rabbit holes on YouTube or watching. I love watching creepy stuff and unsettling stuff.
Dude,
And
Creepypasta.
one
R
of
slash-
I don't do
Yeah, that's what I was
creepypastas.
about to say.
R//
Creepypasta.
no sleep.
Eh. I like R/ we should never meet stuff like that. That's
We
a little
should
more.
never meet.
Yeah, they're a little more intense. Like people that have like done Craigslist deals or interacted with people online, and they like figure out like they discover thankfully before they actually met them what kind of person they are.
Oh
it's-
god.
It's
Dude, yeah.
it's
It's the
CPR
real
for
life
that.
stuff like that that gives me the fucking chills.
Yeah,
dude,
but
to
like,
the bone.
the video I was watching, they did a section. I forgot what it was, but it was one of them was I think it was just a general collection of things online that were just kind of unsettling. And one of them was when that Hawaii missile scare happened. I didn't know. I just know what happened. I didn't really know anything about it. But the guy talked about a couple different videos and stuff that people had posted
Mhm.
during it. Because a lot of people, because when that happened, a lot of people in Hawaii thought they were gonna die.
Yeah.
Like we can meme it and stuff now, but it was very serious at the time. They thought it was over. So like there were a couple different videos. One of them was a guy. He was like in his late 50s, maybe early 60s, and he was at one of the golf courses over in Hawaii. So I guess he was a well-off guy, at least maybe middle class, maybe upper middle class. and he just recorded it on his phone, and he was just talking to, it was like he was leaving a memoir. He was just like, well, I just saw the missile warning that's going to be happening here soon, so I guess that if you found this, I probably didn't survive, but I mean,
Sure, I was chilling.
yeah, and he was like, well, it's going to happen anyway, so I'm going to finish this round of golf up, and I guess I'll see you all on the other side. And that was one of them, and like another one was like a family that was just like recording the news broadcast as it was happening, because it was like they had normal news going on, then the ticker tape below was showing that the prize was happening. There were like people there to see kids like running out of schools and stuff. Like it was killing.
Yeah.
Like there were some, and in the comments there were some people that were retelling their account since they were there, which it could be true, it could be not. But like one of them said that we were in the middle of taking a test in their school, and everybody got the alert on their phones, and people were getting distracted. The teacher straight up told them, like, go back to doing your test. And it was like, are you kidding me? Like, is this?
How are you walking the fuck out?
Yeah. And one of them said like their parents didn't even wake them up for it. I was like, that's chilling. That person could have just like got in their sleep.
Right in their sleep, dude.
Yeah.
Most
That's
people want to
pretty
go
chilling.
anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very chilling.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I like to watch really late at night. I just find it very interesting. I guess like morbid curiosity.
Yeah, dude. Go down rabbit hole.
Like Wang, I don't know if any of you guys watched him. He's getting popular lately. You might recognize me if you see the picture. He's like an Asian guy, has like long black hair and like a black handlebar mustache. Yeah, he does internet mystery videos. He talks about a bunch of things that have been prolific throughout the history of the internet that just haven't really fully explained to a public level, like Brian Peppers. I don't know if you guys. There was a website a long time ago, back when the internet was getting big, called "You're the Man Now, Dog" YTMND. Okay, it was kind of like before social media got really popular. It was like a image board. Kind of hard to explain. Go on there and you can make like mini websites, kind of links to them. People can go to them. They were usually used for like one-off jokes and stuff. And one of them was a guy. It was about a kid named, well, not kid, sorry. It was a fully grown man, but he had a bunch of like birth defects and stuff and mental deficiencies. It was Brian Peppers. In the picture, he looked very disturbing. Like his eyes were bulged out, and honestly, a lot of people thought it was a picture of a corpse because it looked. But he was an actual guy that had like some birth defects and stuff. But he was also a I don't remember exactly what he was convicted of, so I don't want to mix words. But he was of some kind of sexual deviance that he was accused of. Also mental touchy issue. But pretty much a meme came from his picture because of how unfortunate he looked. And it was just normal to be like, Brian Peppers, no. And they would like they'd Photoshop his face and like easy to manipulate pictures, like a U.S. mailbox, and they like face in it looking out of it. It's so stupid. But, like stuff like that. And like, because I didn't know anything about that until I watched that video. That's kind of stuff.
Fair
fascinating. Enough. I don't know why, but
like nature. It gets me.
I like philosophical shit.
Learn
like,
about nature and
what's the weirdest way to die? You know, like, do you think
weirdest
falling?
way.
Yeah, you think like falling asleep is like really peaceful, or do you think that'd be like really fucking scary? Like you're just dreaming, and then you're not. Would you actually realize it?
I've had some pretty vivid dreams.
I don't know if anybody here is particularly religious. I'm not particularly religious.
Spiritual points.
I have dying. My current goal right now, I'm immortal. I'll figure it out along the way, but I don't drive myself crazy at night, because there are nights where I lay in bed and then just that sense of mortality hits me and I lay awake for hours because I fall asleep. I could just not wake up. That anxiety ridden. I don't know if any of you experience that, but it happens to me every once in a while.
I mean, I have anxiety, but
sucks.
Dude,
Can't sleep.
How old are you?
Universe takes me.
Yeah, how old are you?
23.
I'm 23 as well, and I'll tell you this, and like, you know, I don't know shit because I'm the same age as you. Dude, we're way too young to be thinking about death right now. You're right, because we don't know what could happen tomorrow.
You never know.
But if you live your life thinking about, oh, what if I die tomorrow? Like,
I went through an early crisis when I hit 20 because I thought about it, and like statistically, I'm already about a quarter of the way through my life. Like that's fucking terrifying.
Tell you what, dude.
Quarter of the life gone, and it's only getting shorter. Like, because as you get old, you guys know the theory about why time seems to get shorter as you get older?
Nope.
Now, it's not. It's
I've
a
heard
theory,
of
of
it.
course. So it's,
You should
you know what I'm
explain it
talking about?
anyways.
Yeah. So like, the idea is that like, so think of it on a scale.
Mm-hmm.
When you're younger and you hit your first birthday, of course you don't really have memory then. When you hit your first birthday, that's 365 days. That's your whole life, right? So, and as you get older, every birthday you hit, that year becomes shorter in perspective. So your second birthday comes around, 1 year of your life is now just half your life. Third year comes around, a year is just a third of your life. As you get older, time seems to go by much faster because it's a much smaller part of your life. Every year is just a less. It's just a,
Perspectively.
Good.
yeah, prospectively. That's why it
Okay.
seems like as you get older, time. You always hear people as they get older, time seems to fly. It goes right past.
Better get me where I'm going faster. That's what I need.
Yeah, I feel like time is really grueling, and I just kind of want to get it over with. And speaking of that,
I need more.
I'll
of
tell
it.
you guys this,
I'm
man.
not against more of it, but I'm not. I mean,
Right
I,
before you die,
Hey James.
holy shit!
rip.
Right before you die is the best fucking trip you'll ever have in your life. I'll
Heard
just
that?
put positive of that. I am living proof of it, my dude.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I want to hear this. What happened?
Which time? I've tried to shoot myself. I've took pills. I've cut.
Really?
Yeah. Flatlined once. I got a blood transfusion a couple years ago. I was on that one, and then there was one there that I actually flatlined on for like 0.5.
That would give you a whole new perspective.
Yeah. And then also salvia is like, I would say like the closest thing that you could get to like getting that rush of like deep.
I feel like if I ever got to the point where I was close to death, I would just have a heart attack from the sheer panic and just finish it off. Yeah,
That's crazy, man.
back to what I was originally gonna say.
You should just take like CBD cost.
Yeah,
No,
man.
fuck that.
It sounds like you got some
I
anxiety
don't
problems.
I don't
my
want
man.
anything that alters.
Or
the
just
way
come
I
to
think.
terms with mortality.
You take caffeine.
Don't want. I only if I have to.
You got an hour
I
of
don't like
sleep
doing
from
it.
when you go here your Wednesday. That
Yeah,
alters your state of mind.
Yeah, I don't
Caffeine.
like that.
That's all I'm saying.
But I can't
Exactly.
fix that.
You're
I
big,
take melatonin.
Yeah, but it's not bad to cut down the noise. If you
Like,
cut down the noise, it makes
I
it a lot easier
I
to
try not
focus.
to if I can. Like if it becomes an issue, like I can like take some melatonin and I can fall
Well, CBD
asleep.
is really good for anxiety,
No.
and it feels like
But
natural
here's the
energy.
CBD isn't mind altering.
I know it's not. I just don't feel comfortable.
Aren't you a pretty big proponent that coffee is like liquid anxiety? Didn't you tell me
I don't think
that
that's me.
coffee gives you anxiety peaks?
No, it makes me shit.
Makes you shit. There was somebody that was telling me that like
Oh.
coffee gives them really bad
Anyway.
anxiety.
I mean, it feeds your brain up.
I mean,
So,
I've gotten
totally.
anxiety if I've taken insane amounts of caffeine because Dominic brings these things. They're called like you see them at the gas station. They're called Stacker 3 little energy pills.
Oh yeah, dude.
I
Dude,
won't touch them.
Those
Dude, he
things.
brings those to work, and of course they all convince me. He's like, "Oh, we've taken them before, double and everyone." He's like, "Take one, you do." I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?" Took one, whatever. Straight powder. I just broke it open and drank it down. Man, your heart starts racing pretty fast.
Yeah, my
I mean, I
brother.
used to-
My brother actually almost OD'd on those back when he
But
was in college.
When that stuff happens, though, to me, like when I feel my heart start beating, like I get anxious. It's like, oh, my heart's beating really fast. Like, I should probably start moving around some.
I'm
so
gonna
I don't
fucking
have,
die.
like, yeah, I've had anxiety attacks. Man, it
I
sucked.
mean, me and Rhett used to down like pre-workout for the
I never
I,
took
I've,
pre-workout.
I've
Ca-
seen
caffeine.
that
is
like
just,
C4
I'm
that
used to
that,
it. I used to take C4 constantly.
that stuff can like fuck you up if you don't actually exercise after.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't take it now. That's stupid.
Yeah, like I read an
You
article.
literally like tingle from the energy and beta alanine in the. Like you
Yes.
tingle with energy.
I heard a story of it. I don't know how true it is, but it was an anecdotal story of a guy getting pulled over by the police on the way to the gym to exercise. Sorry, taking his C4, and he almost got arrested, like because the police officer thought kind of drugs was the way he was acting.
Legal meth.
That's
oh,
Ritalin.
what I originally was gonna say though, before I went off on that whole tangent, was in my mind, and a friend of mine helped me come to this conclusion as well back in high school. Good friend of mine. He brought a theory to my point of view and helped relax me a lot about death, and it's something that I think I hope is what happens because it helps me stay calm a lot and not worry about it. That you know how a lot of people say they which I guess you have your own experience. I always hear people take the light at the end of the tunnel. where like things seem to slow down before like in a life threatening situation where it finally happens. In my mind, and I hope this is true, that when you get to the point where you are dying, like it's about to be over, the brain, I have no proof to back this up, except for like me, it'll kick into overdrive because survival instinct is what runs us, right? For the most part, as a human being, take away everything else, survival instinct
Fight or flight.
run us. Yeah. I'm hoping it'd be kind of like a comatose state, where like you'll get sucked into like a comatose state. Brain's gonna slow down to the point where you're just in that comatose state for what seems like infinity to you, while you're dying, but your brain is stuck in this state where you continue living forever in your head. Or
Do
whatever
you know what
going on.
that is? Like, do you know what causes that?
You would eventually degrade, though.
Well, when you
Yeah,
die,
you do. In real time, you're degrading, but your brain is giving you the perception that.
Yeah, but I'm saying your brain would
extremely
eventually
slow.
degrade too.
but
Yeah,
like
it
that
would,
whole light
but-
at the end of the tunnel thing, and I'm sure.
It's like synapses firing off.
Well,
It's
he was
like
talking
a
about
DMT
it's
overload,
DMT
basically.
in the like there's a part of your brain. Do you remember what,
Dimethyltryptamine.
but do you remember what part of your brain it is that releases it?
The pineal gland.
The pineal
It's
gland.
Right here.
It's
It's
actually
what people
so-
refer to as your third
Your
eye.
third eye. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Whenever you die, like if you are about to die, your brain literally floods itself with DMT, the
And they've shown
dimethyltryptamine.
on like X-rays, activity just flood into this
Yeah.
area
And that's
of the
what
brain.
people refer to as the light at the end of the tunnel. I've never done DMT. Like, I don't care to say on the podcast. The only crazy really thing I've done is LSD. Other than that, smoke weed.
That makes DMT sound
College. But with DMT, I mean, I know people who have done it, and I've watched. There's a documentary, I believe, on Netflix called "The Spirit Molecule" or
Yeah.
DMT, the Spirit Molecule.
Yeah, that's it.
Fascinating, man.
Joe Rogan speaks about it a lot.
Of course, yeah. It's a fascinating chemical, man.
I would do it given the opportunity.
I might. I would very much consider.
I'd like to do a bigger dose because last time
That's how
we
it would
didn't
be.
do it correctly. We were
Yeah,
told that
but
we could put
that
it in our
scares
bong,
the
and that
shit
shit
out of
But
me.
what
just,
I'm
like,
getting at is
rained
that
down.
people who have done it,
bad.
You can do that.
man, like it's. And it sucks because I haven't tried it myself, but like people have described it, like you're not on planet, like whatever is out there. It's a journey, man. It's literally a spiritual journey.
Mm-mm. I want that.
To me, man, when I did it, and like I said, I didn't really do like that big of a dose of it because like when we did it, it was crystallized and it started like going down the stem of the bong. But I hit off of it and I sat back there, started tripping. I just like closed my eyes and I just let myself go on this journey. And I just felt like I was traveling through space, just like visiting other galaxies, looking around and seeing like how different they look from the Milky Way, how different they look from like the outer rim of our universe, the spirals, the different colors. And I felt like if I just kept going that I would get somewhere. And then I didn't.
That's what I've heard a lot of
No,
people
thank
refer
you.
to as.
That
Like,
sounds awful.
that's what I've heard a lot of people reference as they feel like they're about to.
The gate.
They're about to
breach.
find that
They're about
enlightenment.
to breach,
Right.
and then they don't.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff, man. Like you should watch the documentary. I know you're not interested in all that stuff. You should watch that.
I mean,
Spirit
I like drugs and stuff like that. I wouldn't say I'm like that interested, but there is a sense of curiosity. I am curious about how they work. I don't want to experience them firsthand. Like,
Fair.
so it's obvious that I do have some anxieties. I
CBD.
accept that. Huh?
CBD.
I do agree with
No.
James. That's fine.
Yeah,
Continue,
well,
please.
I agree
So,
with both of them as well,
I've-
but I'm not going to
I've-
push it on you
I've
because
had-
I'm not a
I've
fucking
had to
peer
take
pressure
my
person.
fair share of medicines in high school and stuff. Nothing serious, as far as I know. I don't remember the names of any of them at this point because I try not to take them a lot, even in high school. They made me. But I will say the small few encounters I've had with things that have altered my personality or my state of thinking or anything like that, which is, it's not much there. Like I've gotten contact highs plenty, but now which is nothing. I've gotten I have had to take codeine and stuff like that, which again isn't much. Even that little bit, I don't like that. I don't like the way it makes me feel. Like it's not.
I don't like to drink.
Yeah,
I don't like drinking
as
either.
far as I know, I've only had alcohol in me once, and it was when I was drinking some Sunny D, and a friend told me afterwards that he spiked it with vodka. I don't even know if he was telling the truth or not. I didn't feel anything, so I doubt it. He wasn't my friend anymore after that.
That's a very smart choice.
Yeah,
Choice.
I didn't, well, him and my stepbrother at the time were
Nothing wrong
like my
with
parents.
sobriety.
My parents just left their alcohol out all the time, so I don't know
Mhm.
what they. Well, not my parents. My mom and stepdad just left alcohol out at that time. So my stepbrother and my friend got into it, and they were just drinking. I was just hanging out with them. I didn't have anywhere else to go. We're in the middle of nowhere, so what am I gonna do? I was drinking my Sunny D, enjoying it. Like I guess I looked away for a moment.
Put vodka in that.
It pissed me off.
You know, that reminds me of a time, man. Like, I feel like it was really weird for me as a kid, man, because like I could have been kind of like that. You know, I was pretty much an only child. My parents drank pretty heavily, and there was always whiskey in the freezer. You know, I could have went in there and I could have nipped on that shit anytime I wanted to. I just never really wanted to, you know.
Yeah.
Like even as an adult, like I'll have my times when I just go out and I'll get really fucking hammered, and I'm like, well, I just drank for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's like that'll
Maybe a year and a half.
like when I was drinking the other night, I'd really have no inclination to get any sort of intoxicated for quite some time. If it happens, it happens. If for me, maybe like take a shot or two to like loosen up before.
I just
D&D.
drink like casually if everyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
It's like it's more
Socially.
of a social thing.
Socially
Exactly.
drink, yeah.
I prefer it
Yeah.
that way.
And a little bit does help flow of things.
Yeah, it does help
you
you
up,
fluid,
man.
Listen to-
Yeah,
But
it makes
it's
you more fluid.
only if you stay there. Try to keep going.
That's what I do.
and
I
going.
don't do that.
It's
yeah.
a super thin line.
It's
Very super
Social
thin line.
lubricant.
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
well
Yeah,
Social
said.
that's
lubricant.
exactly what I use for it. Yeah.
But I mean, I already have my problems with drinking. Like, you guys in high school, I never did anything.
Neither did I.
I never drank. I tried pot like a couple times. I went to college when I really started. I didn't get drunk until my 20th birthday. I was 20 years old, and I'd never even like really tried to get drunk. Only because of like trepidation. Alcoholism runs in my family, so it's something.
Part of the reason why I don't touch it either. It
Yeah.
ran hard on my mom's side of the family.
It ran hard on my mom's side and on my dad. Well, you know, my
I
dad
don't know
is an
about my dad's
alcoholic,
side.
and that's he's been sober for quite some time now. I think it was his like 10-year anniversary actually. The other day.
Nice.
I'm very proud of him for that. But that's the reason why I don't want to.
That's part of the reason why
I don't
touch drugs
have
now.
that much of an addictive personality. See, like back in college, people say you can't get addicted to pot, which is true. You can't physically get it. You can mentally get it.
You can basically get addicted to just about anything.
I was mentally addicted to it for quite some time, and I found myself in a slump because I'd come home, you know, get off work. Because I wasn't in school at the time. I'd get off work, come home, I'd take a little nap, wake up, smoke a little, or I'd smoke, you know, get high. Like I wouldn't want to do anything. I wouldn't want to do anything. I'd just play video. Like I didn't want to go out. I'm the type of person when I smoke, I don't really like to go out and do stuff. You know?
I don't like to go
I don't
out.
think most people,
anyways.
from what I've
Yeah.
experienced and hung out with, like most people that smoke pot don't want to go out.
But I
That's
did.
kind of the thing. Is like I feel like people just don't like going out in general anymore.
I don't like
at
going
all.
out.
I feel like,
Like it's
well,
whether you smoke pot or not.
I've never liked
well,
going
there.
out my
Okay, to be fair, we
entire
live in a
life.
place where there's not much to do around here if we go out. Like you can go to the
Yeah, but
movies.
people still go to like the bar and shit.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
I just feel like I get more entertainment like what I have with myself at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To be fair,
like
a
I
lot
have-
of people are
we're
also
different.
getting
We're different
pregnant
types
at,
of people,
16.
though.
It's different than it used to
Yeah.
be. Like you have the whole world at your fingertips compared to like
The point I was,
Go out
the
there.
point I was
To how
trying
it
to
used to
make
be.
was like, with that being said, and like I think a lot of people, I think some people would definitely struggle with this problem as well. Is like I didn't like where I was at in life. I wasn't happy with my job, with how I looked, with like where I was going in life because I wasn't doing anything. Working at McDonald's, doing nothing. I did get back into school and stuff. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Like it was weird though, because me personally, like I had to stop smoking in order to like get shit done in life. If that makes sense.
yeah, it definitely has a property of
It made me
holding
super
certain
comfortable.
people back.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Especially when
like
it
a lot of
comes to
people use it
government.
to help, like, calm down, get rid of a lot of stress and anxiety in life, help suppress it. But to a certain extent, you need a certain amount of stress in your life Some people do to encourage you to actually.
Well, it's
do
a
stuff.
motivating factor.
Yeah, stress
Yeah.
is definitely a motivation.
My dad actually told me
When there's not too much.
one of the main things that like he has told me that has always stuck with me for some. I was talking to him told him I was pretty stressed out about stuff. Asked why. I told him the one thing he told me, man, stress almost 100% of the time comes from problems that you're not solving. He told me that, man, and like ever since he told me that, like it's something it's always stuck with me. If I'm stressed about something, it's like, okay,
What can I do?
if I can fix it, like now, then I won't stress about it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's really important to keep in mind. Like, stress should come from problems that you can fix, and it helps you put it in perspective. So if there is something you're stressing out that you can't fix, hopefully you can try to like put it in perspective and be like, all right, it's out of my hands, and hopefully take a little bit of the pressure off.
Because there are some things we stress about in life that we can't fix.
Yeah.
For example, like when we die,
Yeah, I'm
Stuff
working
like
on
country.
it.
stuff like that.
Told you, immortal
Global
planet.
warming.
When our family members are getting old and stuff like that, like anything like that, like there are some things that we just cannot fix.
Except
Tell you
that
what,
they're part of life.
Tell you what, I'm
Exactly.
eventually gonna be a brain in a jar. I tell you what.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, bro.
Okay, fucking.
Walt Disney.
Walt
Yeah,
Disney.
Walt Disney.
yeah.
Pretty sure it's
Like surely by the time I'm 80, like I
That's
can like
smart.
upload my consciousness to
Okay,
a
bro.
computer, right?
Have you
I
played,
don't care about physically.
you
I just
played a-
want my.
AI's gonna take over. So
Have you played a game called Soma?
I've started it. Like it's actually a game that I started recently.
That game is fucking.
Yeah,
It's fucking wild.
I encountered the very first like robot. Now
Did you
it
play-
scared the shit out of me.
Did you
Like,
play
I couldn't-
Amnesia: The Dark Descent?
No, I didn't play this. I haven't. I watched some people play though.
That game was fucking terrible. Me and Chris-
Horror games are right up my wheel.
I love, dude. Me and Chris just beat Outlast 2 the other night.
Have you played Alien Isolation?
Oh,
It's one of my favorite like survival horror type games
I'll check it
that came
out.
out recently. The sound design on that game, fucking phenomenal. Like it looks good, it plays good, whatever. The sound design, like just all the little noises you hear, because it's based in Alien universe, so the
Yeah,
noises are so important. Like the AI, the noise, the helping hands, the helping jacks, whatever they're called, are like
I'll have to check it out.
properly disturbing. When you hear them, they'll be like because they're supposed to be friendly, but you hear them like in the like pitch dark. You're just see that red glow of their face, and
They're like the AI dude.
yeah, and they're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, here, let me assist you, and they come over and they snap your neck.
Sounds awesome.
it's like, oh Hulk, you should not be here, and they don't run, they just walk after you. He's like, no. Like all the because it's in a crumbling Nostromo, like right, like
It's
in
Ridley
space, so you,
Scott's daughter.
it's not Ridley, that's the director, Ripley.
Ripley.
Yeah, Ripley's daughter.
Ridley Scott's the director,
Yeah,
right?
So you hear all the like crumbling like metal and
Really?
stuff, and crawling through the. There's only one alien in the game. There's only one.
But he like terrorizes you the whole game, basically.
So good.
I should be
So-
really like in the mood.
I think. See, that's the thing. I used to consider myself a gamer, play Overwatch and stuff all the time. Dude, now like I don't even like. If I see people like friends I play with like on a game like C. Care, dude. Like, I'd rather play a game I can play at my leisure.
I find it
Sure.
where like it's hard for me to dedicate my time. Like if there's a single player game, I'll be like, oh, that's cool. I need to get around to playing that. It'll take me forever to finally start playing it, but once I do and it hooks me, I'll get invested. Go through it till it's done. Like last game that really happened, it was Hollow Knight.
I've heard a lot of good
Such
things
an
about that game.
amazing game, especially made by such a small company, a developer rather. Oh, it's beautiful.
I
It's
thought
so
that was gonna
good.
happen to me in Red Dead 2, but I like.
Really?
Yeah.
That happened to me. Actually, yes, I guess that did happen to me with Red Dead 2. Like I bought it for Justin as a
I was
gift.
like, wow, this is fucking awesome. And I just like fell out of it. I don't really know why.
It was super story.
I loved
Yeah.
it.
It was good, but it was almost like too
Too good.
detailed. Like some things too.
You know, I actually watched a video on a guy on that where a guy was talking about maybe they went a little too far and started taking away from.
It's,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a video game, you know what I mean?
And they're trying to. It was too real lifey.
I liked it.
It was good.
I like it.
It's
It
to
was
my
good.
fit, yeah.
It was good, but it was hard to hook.
And I
me.
will say this: there's a lot of You made it to chapter 4, so you made it pretty far. There's a have you played it yet?
Yeah.
There's a lot of twists in that story that I did not see coming. Like obviously it's a prequel, so we know what's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, but there was a lot of things that happened.
There's a lot of things that happened at certain points in the game that I was not ready for.
And the multiplayer,
like certain characters dying out of nowhere.
Yeah, and the multiplayer really let me down.
Yeah,
because I was really that's probably the main reason I feel like because I was really looking forward to the multiplayer, but it just
because I love the first one. I spent a lot of time playing the first one.
To be fair, they did say it was.
Still though, it's so
fuck Rockstar.
Boring.
Yeah.
Fucking when it comes to their multiplayer, like how much money have they made off of GTA 5 online at this point?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like I love GTA 5 for the long.
I didn't get to play it a lot.
Well, playing with friends used to be awesome.
I just came at the wrong time. No.
It's all micromanagement now, from what I understand. I've seen they release so much stuff where you have to manage your manufacturing plants and manage.
It's such a time sink.
Unless you buy those shark cards.
That's what I hate about games these days. Like
microtransactions.
I don't have a problem with microtransactions as long as you don't give somebody a competitive edge.
Cosmetics are fine, like Overwatch.
I was just explaining this, the curse of the gaming industry. Dominic.
Even cosmetic kind of irritates me a little. Because it's really so when they introduce stuff like that, it makes it where they can introduce cosmetics that are purchasable and they look better than stuff you would earn in game. And when you see someone like in in-game gear, you're like, "Holy fuck, you look fantastic!" Like, I want to get to where you're at, but then it's like, "Oh, I could just buy this costume on the store that looks better than you do."
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Like that's why I don't like it.
I see your point. It kind of spits in the eyes of the people that put a lot of time into it.
It takes away from the hardcore community. I think the hardcore community builds the casual community.
Because
like when
or it drives them away in some cases.
Well, that's good though. I think because I'm a hardcore gamer most of the time when I get into games, and I mentioned to like a casual friend of mine, I'm like, "Hey, dude, you should try this game. Like, it's really fun." And they try it out, they get into it, and then they start liking it. But if I was like, this game, everyone can do what they want. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, it really depends on what kind of competitive game you're talking about. With your argument, I think it applies really well to World of Warcraft. If they added in bought cosmetics to that like that, it would probably ruin it.
We'll see.
A lot of it.
I mean,
they did. Multiplayer,
transmog.
Oh, that's right.
Well, doesn't transmog just make it where you can wear any type of armor? Like,
it makes it where you can transmog your armor how you. But the problem with that is that
I thought a lot of people love
it. It's really cool feature, but the problem that it entails is you can't judge people based off what they're wearing anymore. Like I can't look at you and be like, "Oh, you're a really good player. Like, would you like to come and join our guild or raid with us?" I would be like, you're wearing something there. I can't tell if you're good or not. I don't know how grindy.
I feel like you shouldn't judge people by what they're wearing. I'm really not part of the community.
It helps create a basis, just because say. Like back in Vanilla and Classic WoW, they would intentionally put items in the game so bad players would use them. Good players could see bad players using that and be like, "Oh, you're not very smart." Then those players, you're not going to waste your time putting them into.
Are they not smart, or do they just not know any better?
It's the same thing. Ignorance is bliss.
I just don't understand this. Like, I feel like it just alienates a large portion of what you're trying to get new players in. I don't get the line of thinking.
It separates. It's a separation.
It makes it where you have to learn.
You're obviously a casual player,
but it's a game that you want to like have fun in.
Like,
that's true, but hardcore, there's hardcore and then there's fun.
There's casual.
Yeah, there's hardcore fun and there's casual fun. Like it's a whole different.
It's like Pokemon, man. If you want to play Pokemon, like you can either play Pokemon and like hatch your eggs and have whatever Pokemon you have that look cool, or you can get into Pokemon and breed them and get the 6 IVs and get the best stats and find the best ones, do the best thing. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
There just needs. I
think the there's people like James that they want to be the best.
Yeah,
like they always want to be the best.
Yeah, I guess
there's a community like that, and there's a community like me who's like, I'm not really interested in multiplayer. Like I'll get competitive on something like Smash, but when it comes to PvP, I'm mostly shit.
See, well, that's why it's super hard for me personally to get into certain multiplayer games, especially ones with microtransactions. No offense, Fortnite. I mean, Siege has them too. All games like that. Because, like, the main reason, for example, Witcher 3. They fucking fantastic. I love that game because as I've leveled up and I've gotten to like the end game content, dude, my Geralt is powerful. I have like superior fucking formulas.
It feels good to earn
badass armor. Like the last thing I was working on was getting the Grand Master armor sets, like stuff that I can work for and get and look badass. In games like you said, Fortnite, like you can fucking get 3 dubs in a row, like get 15 plus kills in a game. Really earn you anything?
Well, I mean, I feel like the argument there is that the enjoyment you get out of playing a game should be.
It depends on the enjoyment where it's
if you're not enjoying playing the game without being rewarded with something, then the game obviously isn't good or it's not for you. Fuck the game.
I think they should just like have a separation. So,
if you can't enjoy a game, that it goes back to like what I said at the beginning of this. Like if you can't enjoy the game for the gameplay, then it's not a good game. Like it can have a good story, but it can look beautiful, but if you don't have fun while playing it,
but earning stuff is a good.
It's incentive.
It's incentive.
Yeah, it's incentive. But it
keeps me coming back.
But then you're making it sound like it's work. Like I have to work to get to this, and
I've never played a video game and not had to work.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you don't just
there's always
play the
some.
game
There's always some.
And just have fun while you're playing.
It depends on the game. For example, Siege. I love Siege. I'm not.
But I mean, when I get in Siege, I'm like competitive.
Exactly.
I'm fucking rank.
I'm not. My favorite type.
But you enjoy the game while you're playing it.
To be fair,
right?
that's fun to you.
I mean, yeah, but I enjoy it, but that's because it's competitive. Like,
yeah, James
but you wouldn't enjoy it if it wasn't competitive.
No.
So is it good?
I enjoyed it and I played casual for a long time, but eventually I just fall out of casual because there's no incentive for me to come back. Like I've already,
that's kind of like the same reason that he doesn't play a lot of like non-PvP games.
I just need incentive to come back.
I
played The Witcher. Like
I understand you just need the incentive, but my just argument is that maybe it's just not that good of a game. Then you have to be rewarded.
I just like the
to encourage you to keep playing.
I mean, same thing with Overwatch. You don't get rewarded, but you get rewarded.
You get the loot boxes.
That's the thing with that.
I play Overwatch because I had fun playing.
Like I do too. But when you lose, like it's like fuck.
It depends on how I lose. Like if I'm losing because my teammates are fucking me, yeah, I'm gonna get mad.
Yeah.
But if I just lose because they're better than me, then I get a little upset. Yeah, it sucks, but then play the next game.
Yeah, I mean that's true. But
if I'm getting steamrolled, then I can also get mad. But
I like the clown.
That's one thing I like about like I guess the most competitive game I play is Counter-Strike that I put the most time in. And those games, like, it's mostly an adrenaline rush. I've never felt an adrenaline, well, I guess in some Battle Royale games, in some situations, like tight situations. But the adrenaline rush that I feel when I play Counter-Strike is, like, almost unmatched by anything else I've ever played. When you're in a tense fucking situation and you don't know where the enemy team is. Like, for example, I know I'm speaking jargon that probably doesn't. Plant the bomb. It's you versus three other people on the other team. You got bomb control. You plant it. You have to wait for them to come and try not to die. So tense. And then if you fail, it kind of sucks. But at least you know, like you got the bomb plan. You got some money for your next round. You're gonna be well equipped because there's a whole economy system. But then when you win it, holy shit, does it feel good? It's because you succeeded at it because you're good at the game and it. Played it because it's engaging to play.
I think my biggest thing, it's not that I want to be rewarded, so to speak, for gameplay. I just want to earn stuff. I want to earn stuff. To me, just earning rank, like seeing a bar go up, that's not enough for me. That's me personally, though.
I agree.
But now you beat the game, get some cool shit, the side mission, find out the secret ending, got this fucking costume. Now you have this costume to show off, and cooler than any other costume. That's what I like.
Now the secret ending and stuff that I can understand. Like unlocking extra story to this world you're already invested in. That's an incentive that I can understand because you care about the story and the characters.
Those are the games I like.
And then there was like Assassin's Creed, like where you got this the E armor. It was just like it looked amazing. It made Bayek's voice just like robotic autonomy sounding.
That sounds good.
It was just wicked, dude. It was the coolest armor that you can gain.
I always hated like single player focused games. Then they give in game rewards.
Like, what do I use?
Yeah, I always hated that. It's like I beat the game. Like, what are you?
That's how that one felt. And then you.
That's why Dark Souls was good.
Odyssey. at the introduction of
because you get New Game Plus.
I'll be honest. I've never been able to play through New Game Plus of Dark Souls because it's so boring. Like I love Dark Souls. I've played all of them. Demon Souls through except Sekiro. I haven't played it yet because I don't. All of them except I haven't beat Bloodborne. Beat all of them, but Bloodborne. And I've played all of them. Sekiro. I love Bloodborne, but I know so many people pride themselves on how many New Game Pluses and stuff they beat because there's so many of them and they do change as you go. But the spectacle's lost on me. I love the world. It's beautiful. I love the bosses. I love storytelling. But I've already played against. I've seen the bosses. I know the story.
I just like to make my characters.
That's the competitive part. That's the PvP.
Like in Dark Souls 2. Oh, there's certain items though.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but it's just again with Dark Souls, I'm gonna default to like Dark Souls 3, which is my favorite one. As much as I try to play different ways, once I get the Butcher's Cleaver, I'm gonna default to the Butcher's Cleaver just because it's stupid powerful. Get it up to the S strength scaling, and I'm just gonna slice through shit.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. Like in my opinion, if you like only play like Dark Souls and like beat the game and like okay, that was fun. Like in my opinion, you're only scratching the surface. But that's also just my opinion. Yeah,
I see that point of view, but like New Game Plus, it's items and just change, but the bosses don't really change.
It's just so much more efficient to play.
I just always had like a weird one.
The way I do it is, man.
I've tried to push myself to do that with certain.
Like Dark Souls 3, like you beat it, and then like I usually like speed run like my first playthrough to get to New Game Plus. Because once you're in New Game Plus, enemies and stuff and bosses, like they drop, like they give you so much more souls and stuff. It's so much easier to farm and stuff. That's just my opinion.
I think that's where the difference is. I'm playing more. I think
story driven.
Yeah, I think I'm more interested in the story and stuff. But which clashes with my ideal that if the gameplay's not fun, then it's not a good.
Good point.
So,
well, Dark Souls' storytelling is.
I love the storytelling. You have to dig it up yourself.
Yeah,
it's not hand fed to you.
I played some shitty games with this.
Like what?
It just depends.
I mean, you could argue that in the early Dark Souls, especially like Demon Souls in the first one, the gameplay not the best.
Dude, I love Dark Souls 1, dude. I just loved it. I don't know. But it was also the first game I didn't play Demon Souls. It was like the first Dark Souls is like a lot of games I think have tried to copy Dark Souls. To no avail, really.
Yeah, like what were the most popular ones recently? Before Sekiro, there was Nioh, which got decently popular.
That Lords of the Fallen
Lords of the Fallen
got pretty well.
Every time I hear people talk about it, they're always saying Dark Souls clone, Fallen, and then there was the Surge, which is.
But what makes it a Dark Souls clone though? Exactly.
Yeah,
third-person camera.
I thought Lords of the Fallen was actually quite different than Dark Souls.
Third-person camera.
Lock on.
Focus on big epic boss battles. Hard gameplay that's very time and skill intensive. Like you dodge, you go in, you get a hit. Like you know what your enemy's gonna do. You feel read stuff. It's a genre that's existed before Dark Souls.
Yeah,
but they just kind of. Oh yeah, like Shadow of the Colossus. Well, Shadow of the Colossus is more cinematic.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Yeah, it's the same idea though, I guess. But the epic bosses, it has that part.
It's like, what if we just made this into more of a game?
Yeah, dude.
Than a movie.
Yeah,
Shadow of the Colossus. What? Shadow of the Colossus?
The original one.
The original one.
I feel like the remasters. I haven't played the remasters, but I feel like they probably made it better.
I don't know. Just every fight is a boss battle. There's no normal ad enemy.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of new games that are 2D that have copied that Dark Souls formula that are really good, like Titan Soul. A lot of fun.
Really?
Hard. I never beat it. I got to the final boss. I gave up. It's like a mirror version of yourself, and you literally like the Water Temple Link and Ocarina of Time, but so much worse.
And we played Salt and Sanctuary
for a while, like not that long.
It was a few days.
I tried playing that game.
I'm pretty sure we only got to like maybe 3 areas.
I don't like the animation. Easy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, couldn't do it.
You ever you play Binding of Isaac?
Big Binding.
Dude. Wow, somebody finally.
That's an example of a game where the gameplay is just so good. That's why the game is good.
No one realizes
it's so solid.
No one realizes.
I will admit though, to be perfectly honest, I love Binding of Isaac. Enter the Gungeon is way.
Enter the Gungeon? I've heard about that.
It's way better. Ever since I
I've
started
seen
playing
it
Enter the
play.
Gungeon, I can't go back to Binding of Isaac.
Whole other note, real
I
quick.
feel like I'd like that.
Enter the Gungeon.
You played? Did you play Symphony of the Night? Castlevania. You play Alucard. Have you heard of a game called Rogue Legacy?
Yes. Like, I played it as well. It's a fun game.
That game is sick as fuck.
I didn't get very far in it because it is
Oh,
hard,
It
but
get-
it's
it
a lot
gets
of
hard.
fun. Yeah. I don't remember like which generation I.
Is that the one I was watching you play with the knight?
Like
And
the
you
whole
like chose a different lineage of knight at the beginning.
yeah, but
Yeah,
each one of
it's
them
a lot
has
of
their
fun.
own
It's pretty fun.
quirks. That game is badass.
I played it for a good amount of time. As far as you did.
I'm pretty sure I showed you and Chris that.
I will.
Yeah, I mean, I had a little medium castle go.
Oh yeah, I loved that. Like when
see
I
the
first
castle?
upgraded, it's like,
Ah, it's so
yeah,
cool.
that's satisfying. Another satisfying reward.
That's a
for
good.
that.
That's kind of rewarding.
and you unlock all the different classes.
But it also like helps you with your further runs.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it over here. A game that I play that has horrible gameplay, objectively, I think, but a lot of people hate it. That I play for the story exclusively are the Dynasty Warriors because most people don't like those games.
You know,
And
it's
I
funny that
understand
you
why.
said that because I'm like the opposite. I don't really know what's going on in the story, but man, I do love just going in there and feeling like a fucking god, just mowing down like 30 enemies
Well,
with
see,
like
that's-
2 moves.
That's the problem. Like most people don't like those games because they're like very repetitive and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
repetitive kind of.
I personally disagree, but I understand where they're coming from. It is repetitive. There's no arguing. But I absolutely love the setting it's set in. But not even that one. Just other games that are like it because they've made other ones like it. They made a One Piece version of it.
they have a
which is a lot
Berserk
of
game
fun.
like it.
Berserk game, which is
Interesting.
good. I think.
Now, I'll
it's
tell you
pretty
what,
good.
dude.
They have one recently. Oh, the
The
Hyrule
Fate
Warriors.
Hyrule Warriors, that's right.
Warriors.
That one is
That's
probably one of my favorite ones.
They just made a Fate Stay version of
Did they?
Fate Stay Night. Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, dude. Honestly, I'm thinking about buying it. It was only $40, and I mean, it looks fucking clean.
Iceborne's only $40 by the way.
And
I think I was
$40.
looking at the deluxe edition.
Fair enough.
My bad.
and
yeah,
when
$40.
And when they started making the Dynasty Warriors Empires games, was added like a
Yes,
small
dude, that's
amount
exactly
of
what I was
strategy
about to
to
fucking
it.
say,
They had a
dude.
small amount, not
With
a
your
lot.
own character customization.
Well, they had that ever since like the 4th game.
Yeah, but now he matters though.
Yeah.
Like he gets his own
And
story. You
just
make his
recently,
own story.
the Total War series came out with the 3 Kingdoms. They took that story and they made, because you guys know what Total War is.
Yeah.
Series.
No.
No, it's okay. So it's like a really good real time strategy / turn-based strategy series. They've kind of changed how it's worked over the years, but most people agree that Shogun 2 is where it shined the most, and it has like an over map that's like, in that case it was of Japan, where you take turns with your opponents, but then the combat happens in real time when they meet. You have your armies, deploy them. You have like men, cavalry, archers, deploy them how you want around the battlefield, and battle happens in real time. This like last month or so, they finally released one for the 3 Kingdoms, which is what Dynasty War is based around, the romance.
Right.
And I've been playing the hell out of it. My computer can barely run it, fair, but it still looks fine and it runs at a smooth
Nice.
and it's good because it has the characters that are so cool from the Dynasty Warriors, like Liu and South, John and his. That's Japan. You're thinking of the Japanese version of the Warriors game.
Nobunaga's Ambition. Seen that game
I think
on
that's what it's
PlayStation.
called in Japan.
I've
but
seen
I
that
don't
game on PlayStation.
remember
quite
what
a
it's
few times.
called exact. Samurai Warriors. I didn't play that one a lot, but it's the same idea.
Yeah, those are actually the ones that I played until I got into Dynasty 4.
Yeah.
It was
The
Dynasty
original.
4 Empires or something.
What's interesting is the very first Dynasty Warriors game was on PlayStation 1, and it was a fighting game, of all
Really?
things.
Fighting
And it
games.
had used the characters from the Romance of the 3 Kingdoms, and it was actually really good. Like, I played it a lot growing up with my brother, and then like we moved to PlayStation 2, got the 4th one, which is where they introduced character creation and stuff, and then they came out with the Dynasty Tactics game, which was before the Empire games, and they're just straight up turn-based strategy games, and they're amazing. I wish they
I
could
heard
make the
those
new one.
were really good.
They're really good. They had 2 of
Tactics.
them, and like it's hard to explain. It's like a tabletop game, and it played really well, and I love it. Any more of
Play
those.
kind of like a Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
Seen
that's
the
it.
Fire Emblem game.
That's
Yeah,
a good
that's
example. I didn't even think of that. It played a lot like Fire Emblem. When
love
you're
the
when
shit out of
the
Fire
characters
Emblem
would
games.
interact with each other, there'd be cool animations I would play and stuff. I have one of the Fire Emblems on 3DS, and I started it, but
Played the Shadow on the DS.
I think I had Awakening.
I wish I never would have sold my DS.
Never
Yes.
had to straight to 3 Game Boy Color.
It's funny because I used
play
to
DS on 3DS.
I used to only
Some
like
of 'em.
really play Game Boy games on it. I had a little SP, little square one with the backlight.
I remember borrowing your sister's.
That Mario game.
Yeah, that Mario game
Dude,
was actually pretty fun.
But me and Harry would like
The
stay up.
Donkey Kong?
No, it was called the New Super Mario Bros. For DS, and like it had a
Yeah,
little
like
multiplayer
versus.
mode.
Yeah, it's actually.
Dude, like if me and my sister like were awake, I'd like stick her like, "Hey, got your DS?" She'd be like, "Want to play?" It's like, "Yeah, okay." Because you could like connect, like we could connect. Like I could lay in my bed, she could lay in her
Right.
bed. And it's fun. It's like one of the. It sucks, man. Like it's a good memory, man. 'Cause that's like one of the
Remember-
That
only
kind of stuff
video
isn't
games.
gonna happen.
That's like one of the only video games she ever played with me.
I remember in high
And
school.
I will
man,
never forget that. Because there was like a little versus mode where like one of you could play as Mario and play as Luigi,
Get
and
the
you
power ups.
could like stomp on each other, you know. And,
Oh, that's a callback to the original Mario Brothers. That
but
was in arcades.
there were like these little mini games you could play, dude. Like there was like this, like these. You could play poker with each other. There was like a Where's Waldo mode basically, where a bunch of these faces would appear and they'd slowly start disappearing, and there'd be one you had to find. Like it'd be Mario, but there'd be a bunch of Wario's and Luigi's. Like it's fun little mini games like that, dude. And we'd play that shit for hours, like on road trips and stuff. So fun.
I remember the times of the 3DS,
Wholesome.
man. Like back in high school, you know, have a friend that was a couple of classrooms down, man. And like every period, it was the third period, we would all fucking play Pokemon together. Fucking, hey man, text real quick. And I'd be, what's up? And he'd be like, you want to fucking battle? Bet.
I didn't have a 3DS till college, but I played Pokemon Showdown, the website where you just make Pokemon. I live. I still play with people. My favorite mode to play on there is random battles, where you both just get random teams. I love that shit.
I'm gonna be honest. I got so point like shout out to Illinois. Like, we used to fucking play Pokemon. Showed me how to like get this ROM on there, and we fucking replays or whatever. We go in there, we fucking like perfect all of the IV, get the perfect
Actually do
stats on
competitive
all
like
of them,
Pokemon matches.
and make competitive Pokemon at level.
Yeah,
patch
fuck
X
grinding in
for it.
Pokemon. That shit's crazy. I knew people in college that would
Stupid.
do that. Like, I made a group of friends that they would play competitively with each other. They would actually breed for IVs and stuff just for the sport of it. I'm like,
I did, dude.
Fuck
Like
that.
I would sell those Pokemon up in college. Make like
why would people
$5.
buy them? There's action replay. People are crazy.
I don't know, man.
People buy everything, dude.
Yeah, they will. That's just
convince
like people that
people.
buy shit on WoW all the time.
That's a more understandable. There's like no real shortcut around that. There's action replay for getting the perfect Pokemon you want.
I mean, yeah, but to be
3DS.
fair, like with some of the stuff that they've made for Pokemon, like pretty freaking perfect IVs.
Nowadays it is.
Yeah.
Back when like it first came out on DS, it was
Yeah.
5th generation and
Uh,
older.
They came out perfectly.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
had like they
now you
actually
get to the point where you
the bags and stuff, and you can.
yeah, you're like guaranteed pretty perfect on that item.
I don't know what the
That's
fuck
half
you guys
of
are
it right
talking
there.
about.
Like
All right,
effort
so
points.
You don't have to explain it. It's fine.
It's a lot of fucking.
when your Pokemon's born, he's either going to be a
Mid-max.
winner or a loser.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
From the
never-
very start, he's either going to be crippled or have an advantage.
I never
at
really got
life.
into Pokemon.
Me either.
I was never that huge into it. Like I thought I was, and then like I have friends that were really into it, and I'm like, I'm not into
Yeah.
this. Like,
Yeah, that's how it was when I like got red. I was like, wow, dude, okay. Pokemon have.
and once I discovered Pokemon Showdown, that website where I can just make competitive teams, I lost all passion for video games. Stories have never really been great. Like
Fuck you, Emerald was awesome.
Emerald, the third generation's my favorite.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
my favorite Pokemon team was on there, but then like
Magma or
Emerald. I
yeah.
played the Emerald one.
played Emerald.
Yeah.
So you had both of them in there. Yeah.
I didn't actually use the Kyogre or.
But
but-
Raza.
Nah, I didn't use Rayquaza.
Ah,
I didn't care. I didn't care about the legendaries at
He
all.
was the coolest.
But
Today, probably one of my.
once I started Pokemon Showdown, I played X. I played X. That was the last one and I actually bought Omega Ruby. It's still at home. I haven't even touched it.
They're thinking about buying fucking Sword and Shield already, man.
And yeah, whenever stuff gets hyped and released for it, I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. But then I know I'm not gonna.
Never follow the hype, dude.
It's okay. You guys can come over and play anytime you want.
With
They
video
got
games.
4-player raids now. I get the Pokemon for us. We'll do this.
Nice.
I'll breed all of our Pokemon so we can do raids.
It's so strange. It seems like they're trying to like.
It really is, man. It's weird. You get into this online mode. It's no longer top down view. It's on Switch. It's anymore. Even
Well,
duels
Switch
that.
is their new hand.
Yeah,
essentially.
it kind
That's
of
their
duels
hybrid.
that.
Pretty sure Chris is a 3DS,
it's like-
by the way.
Oh yeah,
That's-
we used to play Sun together.
That's one thing I respect about Nintendo. Every time they release a console, they're purposely not trying to compete with companies. It's like,
Yeah,
this is our own
right.
thing. We're just gonna do
Mhm.
our own thing. And the Wii U was as much as I liked it, it was kind of a fail personally.
Smash Bros.
But yeah,
That's all you need. To,
It's like
but
the main
now
Smash
the
Bros.
Switch
we
is
played.
just like it's a whole different beat. Whenever people talk about the new generation of consoles, you can't really include it because it's its own thing. Like no other the console can you pop that screen out and just have really good quality games just on the go.
Like what else? What else can you take your console out of its docking bay, you take it to work, and on your work break, you go out there and you
Fucking
fucking
Breath
play
of the
it.
Wild or something. They
You
do
do
crazy
PC.
shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, with PC, but that's not a console.
but you
So-
can do the same thing.
Yeah, you could totally do that with a
Shut up,
PC.
James.
want to.
If you
Just
mod
saying.
it enough and stuff like
No, you just buy. There's like that has
that, you can
attachment,
cast from the
and it
PC.
links to your
Right.
PC, your home, and then play on your PC, and it runs off it. So like it runs at your.
Yeah, the new cloud gaming they got now,
Yeah,
which
they
is
do
what
that.
Xbox and Sony are working on.
But I will say the only reason I got a Switch over any other console is there's also a Switch games that are not gonna be any.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the only. Yeah, I'm not gonna probably get an Xbox or new PlayStation, especially nowadays. It seems like I've noticed at least exclusive games. They're only exclusive at launch and for a little bit after. They eventually are gonna jump over.
Yeah, it's hard
Maybe
to find
it
true
might take
exclusives
years.
like God of War, Spider-Man.
Yeah, they
Last
still
of
do.
Us.
PlayStation especially.
Us.
They should.
PlayStation
Death
especially.
Stranding.
I wish they didn't have it.
Well, we can't
Me
say
either.
that
I wish
because
they
that's
Oh yeah, I wish we lived in a
Everyone should
world
just
with
be
no exclusives.
universal.
I'd love
but
to play Halo on my.
They're coming out on PC.
Halo's coming to PC.
I know it is.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Master Race.
For Master Chief.
On a
Epic
whole-
Epic Launcher comes out and be like, we're gonna have all these exclusive games. We're gonna be the new. We're gonna overtake Steam. Have you guys ever heard of Halo?
Yeah. On a whole nother note, we need to get into Mortal Kombat. Jay.
I do want to play Mortal Kombat.
Didn't come out, or is it?
Sorry,
11's
it's
been
alright,
out.
yeah.
It's
for
been
a
out
while.
for like a month.
Should have gone to.
Yeah, it will. I'm not in any hurry to get it. I'm probably gonna get it on Switch.
Give it like a
honestly.
year and it'll be $20. What are you talking about?
Especially when it comes to like fighting games and stuff. I think
Always wait
you're
for the builds.
probably like my matched opponent.
The fuck you talking about?
We haven't. But
They-
we played
Oh,
Smash.
you mean in all
They've
fighting
been
games.
gaming together for
Yeah.
like 20 years.
That's
so
fair. That's fair.
fuck
Like
them.
our Mortal Kombat match is pretty
Yeah.
raunchy.
We're not like super good though. But we're pretty good.
We're pretty good for our level.
But the competitive scene in Mortal Kombat is a lot higher cap than competitive scene.
yeah, I
It
watched.
seems like
I
it's
actually
so
watched
precise.
like a
Because you
tournament.
can,
the
you
other day.
like fucking half health people.
One
those.
comp.
Yeah, that's why.
And
I
that's
like,
how you win games.
But
You
see,
just
yeah,
have
that's
to-
why
that's
I-
kind of the difference about it.
That's why. That's why.
I was just
don't
gonna say
it
like
that
that's
high.
why like in the old Mortal Kombat like I would get in like a practice mode with Sub-Zero and just find combos that I could like straight trap people in.
That's
Well,
what you do.
that's also why they added the breakers into Mortal Kombat, though.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it's-
they've had it ever since Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah,
I think they
have
took a
nine.
break from it.
Oh,
it,
they
was
have
in,
it.
it was in 10.
Oh
It
wait,
was
no,
10,
they
I
just
forgot.
put it into the
So you
same
so
bar.
you well yeah
It
it was
ended
it was
up
in 9
letting
too.
they
It was
split
it was
it
all the
down.
same. It's always
It's a
in the
lot of
same bars
meter
since 9.
management.
Yeah, it's a lot of like, where's my health at? What can they get me to? What's my meter at?
Yeah, but I mean,
It's still fun to me. Like
Yeah.
on a very casual
Oh
level.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
on a very
it's fun.
casual level.
Like I want to rip people's spines out. All right.
I just
Yeah.
like Smash.
I actually really
Smash
like.
is very
I
fun.
actually really like the story of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mortal
yeah.
As
Kombat
as
is really-
Pretty good.
as like.
I always play it for cosmetics.
There's
can't
something
remember
about
the term
Smash,
for it.
man. Like to that high percentage, you can't get off stage. Feel good at that. Like, there's never really that chance where it's like, you know what? I'm dead right here. I can do.
I don't know about that,
usually
buddy.
happens at the beginning of the match as opposed to the end, though. Be
I don't
fair,
know,
like
it
in
can
some
happen
fighting
in both.
games, you can feel even at the beginning, and then the end
Okay,
is
I'll
where you
put it
get.
this way:
but
if
like,
you guys are both at one stock, you know, I mean,
like whenever I go against fucking Toon Link over here or something as Yoshi, I'm like, I'm immediately hating my life.
well,
I
these
still
guys
might
are also
win.
on like totally different
but-
levels because they've been like, constantly playing Smash for
I-
like 2-3.
I have been for a long time.
The Wyatt's
These
pretty good.
These
That's
guys
pretty good.
play all day.
That's pretty good,
I
Yoshi.
do.
Yeah.
Other thing. I didn't honestly. I never was that good at it until this one. I'd like to think I'm pretty good at
I
this
think
one.
you're an equivalent opponent on you.
I made it to global, the fucking elite smash with Yoshi. So I'm happy. I made it to elite smash. That picture I sent, I was
Yeah.
so proud. It's like I fucking did it.
Fuck yeah.
It felt good. Like that's a top 3 or 5% of players. Felt
I mean,
fucking
yeah,
good.
you're really good at Yoshi.
That's about it though.
I mean, but there's no to play more than one character.
There is like some characters are at a disadvantage to others. That's just a fact.
It's weird. Like
Oh,
I get
yeah,
in modes
but-
like for some reason I feel like every match we play I have to play a different character sometimes, man. I just want to kick y'all's asses, fucking Richter or some shit,
I have to
Yeah.
force myself.
or get my ass kicked. But you get what I'm saying.
I'll play the same character if I feel like it. I usually just swap off.
I try my hardest to be like maybe I try this character, maybe I like them, and which I have found some that I do want to play more. Every time I'm like,
Just
I'm doing
most,
so much better right now.
just most of the characters I play, I've already like figured them out.
I
Swapping
don't even think I figured
around.
Yoshi out.
I
My
don't know.
favorite character to play.
That's what I really like is
Really, that's your favorite one to play? I wouldn't have thought that that's your
That's his-
favorite.
Who'd you?
I
I'm good with Ike.
yeah,
but
who would you think's my favorite?
His moveset,
Isabel.
Isabella.
Wait, yeah, but who?
That's who you
I-
have.
Normally
I
everyone-
see the joy on your face.
Normally
the
everyone's
most.
like Mario.
No, you're
or-
good. You're probably
no, back
the
in the
best with
old
Mario.
Smash, in the Smash 4 on Wii U, it was Mario, bro. He was probably your best character.
I like King. I don't know. Deity's
Like
really
I don't
good
see you
Deity.
having as much fun with anybody near as much as Isabel.
That's just
like, you're
because
so
it's really
just-
good.
I just don't have that much fun with Ike. His moveset's so simple. It's, neutral air, forward air,
I like playing it.
mostly it. That's how I play him.
That's why I like fast
Sagi,
characters. I just
You
like
have
the
more options.
combo. Like combo trapping is really fun.
With Samus, like, she has such a more versatile moveset. She's just
Yeah.
fun, and she's also one of my favorite Nintendo characters.
She's
of
very
all time.
skill intensive. What I understand, watching him.
And I like
play
Richter as
competitively.
well.
He's not. Everybody I've watched them competitive, like Alpha Red, is like engaging gameplay, and they're just fucking spamming
Axes.
projectiles.
Yeah, that's true. That's
and
one
they
thing-
make it to global.
The only
like,
thing I wish they would change about Richter and Simon is or Holy War.
what would you want to change about it?
It's just you get an automatic smash attack off.
Yeah, you're right. If you get caught in it,
It's
they
true.
just.
Yeah, and like the problem is like I wouldn't mind it as much, but when it's on like an edge, and there's anytime you try to get back on stage, even if you roll, like it still catches you in the roll,
Does it?
and
Well,
So-
I know what I would like.
you can wait it out.
The
I
only
feel like
reason
the
it's-
argument for that is that the Molotov moves really slow, right?
The only
Through
reason
the air.
Yeah,
You can also catch.
And
you can catch it, and you can.
I have never seen anybody catch
you
it.
can deflect
happened
it.
if you
But
can
deflecting it,
deflect
I knew
I think
that.
I've caught it on accident.
I've missed it.
I mean, I shield it when I can, but sometimes, especially because we play group. So if it's a 1v1, it would be different. But when it's a group game and I'm worried about someone else trying to smack me in the face, and then PJ here just throws a Molotov on the stage, and I'm like coming back, and then I land in it, and then I get whipped.
Well, here's
That's
the thing.
when
Like,
it's
I don't like about Isabel. I get you shit for it, dude. Her moves come out as fast as lightning, man.
It's sort of like
Like her little party popper.
Her
but she-
umbrella.
She
The
doesn't-
party. Well, the party power was a smash move.
She doesn't hit hard.
Dude, she
The
does.
party popper does.
The slingshot has fucking
The slingshot's
knocked me off the
crazy,
stage. That's
yeah.
ridiculous move too. That was like
You just have to avoid
the
it.
fishing pole.
Yeah,
Okay.
just avoid it.
Just avoid
I
the.
mean, you guys are
holy
welcome to
water.
play Isabel, and I'll have to play against you. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, it's not gonna. It's not.
That's
it's
why I
not
think
good. It's
I'm
not
good at
bad
Isabel.
argument.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm not saying you're not.
Yeah, I'm not saying
You're
that
good
either.
at
Yeah,
it.
I know, but I'm like,
Just avoid
Like
the
I,
holes.
I love
Get-
playing
get good at-
Yoshi, but I can recognize that some of his stuff is stupid how it works.
you get
It's
immunity with
stupid
everything.
how it-
That's
he
what I
can
don't
push
like about
through anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I
At
don't
a
like
low
about Yoshi.
percentage, you hit him with anything, he'll just go right through it. I don't know why he does that. I don't know if all characters do that, and I just don't notice
Well,
it.
when you double jump with Yoshi, you're immune.
I'm
to
immune.
Getting knocked back too. And it's just characters have their.
Why is it? I don't understand. Maybe
I think
I'm
every-
bad. Maybe I'm bad
I
at the
think-
game, but he seems really good,
I
and
think
he
every
doesn't see competitive
character-
play.
I think every character should have a broken.
Sure,
Because if not,
if they're all broken, nobody is.
exactly. That's
Mhm.
it.
That's why I always promote buffs over nerfs in games, because it feels much better to make everybody stronger. Make certain
Yeah,
people's
what would be the
characters
fun?
weaker.
What would be the fun if you're playing a character and it's so average? Like, there's nothing special.
trying to think of it.
Yeah, so I was
No.
really.
Yeah, they're all in the new Smash. They're all really balanced. Everyone's.
It's
Then,
gaming.
Oh, I love Mr.
You say
Game.
that.
Olimar.
Olimar's always
some people
been
like
great.
Olimar.
Yeah, some
He's
people.
pretty
He's
good.
very
Dude,
unique.
I
You
saw.
say that, but he just got a nerf again.
He
got
probably
another
deserved
nerf.
it.
I watched
Yeah,
a
he was
competitive
in,
tourney.
He was
he probably
really good.
deserved it.
He
Some dude
really
was
good.
clapping cheeks with Olimar, bro.
Yeah, he was really. You just had to know.
See, that's one thing I don't like about competitive scenes being around for these fighting games, and it happens with League of Legends too, where like one team or one person does crazy shit with them that most people can't do or don't know how to do or don't know that it could even happen, and then a nerf
Nerf.
hammer gets dropped
Nerf.
hard, and
Yeah.
I don't like.
It's like they get
like
punished
that.
for discovering how
How which
powerful. a
you
character
should
is.
balance things, especially in a competitive game. But it just kind of sucks. The other people that were just playing that character just for fun,
Yeah.
their character is now worse, and this competitive guy just won like $500,000 from exploiting wobbling on fucking ice climbers on Melee, because now that's banned. I remember the outrage happened over banned wobbling at a lot of tournaments.
Should have been.
It should be,
Yeah,
it should be.
be.
Like the videos were pretty funny though. I watched some competitive videos of people that played Melee and played ice climbers, and they wobble their opponent, and the guy just like, I saw one guy, he stopped, like he just put his controller down, he put out his phone, and he like, got on Twitter and made a post saying getting wobbled at the tournament, fuck my life. Yeah, he just got
You
killed.
can't do anything about
Yeah, you cannot.
Yeah,
it is
it's
impossible.
stupid.
Probably.
grab, drop, grab.
Grab.
It's,
Oh,
it's,
gotcha.
it's where you like cause the lag input between Nala
Yeah,
and whatever.
I
they're
get-
doing.
I've
So
seen that
you can
happen.
do it in all of them, from what I understand. That and it's just a lot harder to do than it was in Melee.
Yeah, see, I heard that.
I don't know if they did. I
But
thought they brought it back in this
somebody may
newest
have
one.
fucking found out how to do it.
I could
Because,
be
you know,
wrong.
That's how it
I
is.
don't like guys.
No matter how hard you try.
I actually have fun playing as them.
Like them.
That's the thing.
They
I
just
have
don't
fun
stand
playing
out.
with just about every character. And they're all
I don't.
interesting.
I don't.
Fucking
Yeah, I
Sonic.
You don't?
I hate Sonic. I hate.
I find
Peach.
it. I can't play Sonic,
Peach,
but
I
I
hate Peach.
can't.
Peach
I
is no
love
fun to me.
Peach. Acha.
Acha.
It just.
Who else?
I love yanking up stitch radishes and just nailing somebody with.
That's probably about it. I kind of like.
I'm trying to
Again,
think.
frying pan. I can find a reason to like almost.
I don't really like playing Yoshi. I don't like his jump.
I think maybe the
I don't see
reason
you guys play.
Inkling. Yeah.
Inkling's cool.
Eh,
You guys don't really play the new characters that
You
much
know-
at all, really.
No, that's
he
that
plays
you.
fucking Belmont.
Yeah, I play
constantly.
Richter.
Inkling-
I play
No, I'm
Isabel
I'm talking about
constantly.
the DLC.
Isabel's a deal.
She's in the base.
Introduced in
The other ones that came out.
Joker
was
and Piranha
Piranha
Plant.
and Joker.
I play Joker and Piranha Plant.
not all, not
Bruh.
very.
At least
Like
once.
when they came out.
No, I still play them. Like
Oh.
okay, literally when we play, I play a character, I go to my next character. It just depends on how long we're playing. If
Would
we're playing
you-
long
would
enough,
you-
eventually I'm gonna hit those people. They're just at the lower end of.
I'm just gonna say you haven't played Joker.
I've
That's
definitely.
a super fact.
It's not a fact.
I've played against
I
him.
played Joker playing against Wyatt. He came over. That's all I played. figure them out.
I was
And-
trying to
Oh,
figure.
well, I
them
wouldn't
out.
know about that.
I mean, also
Wyatt.
when we play in
I'll say
groups,
that.
I played Joker.
I don't like Joker.
I like.
Well, I mean,
Joker.
I will know. I don't get them. Like I was trying to. I'm like, man, this is weird.
I like Joker. I like Prime. Fucking.
Doesn't feel like it.
There's no way
What's every now
you
and
guys
then? I'm not
don't
trying to
recall
play
getting hit by a metal ball.
I
Last time
remember,
Chris was
yeah.
over,
I
I
didn't say
played.
anything about Piranha playing it.
Last
He's
time
not
Chris was
Joker.
over, I played Prime.
Once.
That's, I
like-
play every
It doesn't
character.
matter. I'm just joshing you, bro. You
I
can't
play
keep
them
your
all
chain.
once. It's
I
hard.
know I only play like a select few characters.
I don't branch out of like.
I don't like to branch out because I
want
don't like to lose. Pretty much it.
feel
I don't
pretty
mind losing.
comfortable.
I don't like getting.
Even though I lose.
That's
That's,
how I
true.
feel.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that.
I feel like I'm gonna lose no matter what.
No one really
Have
likes to
fun.
lose.
But if I just get like, yeah,
Well, it depends. Like if it's my fault, it happens. If
Just
I
stop.
SD a lot,
You
I'll
just
tell you what your
stop
main problem
killing
is.
yourself.
You get down a stock and a stock or two, and everyone else has 3 or 4, but you keep fighting.
yep.
Keep
I'm a
on
very
going.
he's a
aggressive player.
man.
I mean, I
I'm
keep-
trying
I-
to fucking even
I
those
do the same
playgrounds.
thing.
No,
I don't stop.
if I'm trying
Unless
to
I'm like one, and so unless I'm a one stock and there's two people like 3, then I'm only down a stock or 2.
oh yeah, I'm talking. No, if I'm down like 2 or 3, I'm sitting it out. Evens out a bit, and then I'll.
When are we gonna do like
You guys should stop killing
an
yourselves.
Iron Man? 99. Go at it.
We played me, Chris, Christoph, get up on right. First person to
Oh,
Like,
oh.
you,
Yeah,
have,
like
you have to
each
win with the
character
character to
with the
progress to the
character.
next one.
Yeah, y'all told me about that.
It took forever.
I would love
Dude,
to
we
try
should do
that
that sometime.
Wow.
That would be something to stream though. Right?
Chris was a little bit ahead, and then
Dude, we
he
should.
got stuck, and I him by like 2.
We should actually.
That would be like a.
Yeah, like a dude.
That's a plan though.
24-hour stream.
Write that down.
Write this down. Write this down.
Write it
I mean, we have recording of it.
No, write it down.
Write that down.
No one's gonna want. I feel like it'd be more entertaining to be streamed. I don't think anyone's gonna want to watch
A video of that
24
is
hour.
Stream would be
Because
great.
on a
I mean,
stream,
we could totally pull some
Well,
highlights
I'm saying
from it.
we
you
have
know?
we don't have to write it down.
okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. But with that being
Put it on the
said,
board.
like on a stream, like chat can interact and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get some clips. Make a video of that.
Yeah, I would just clip it.
Clip that.
Clip
That,
Shit,
that,
down,
that,
Spike,
does
clip
sound like a
that
lot
shit.
of fun.
It takes a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd have to have like at least.
Unless
Or
someone
to
just
recover.
wins the whole way.
I don't think that would happen with us.
Definitely
I
not.
don't know. I don't
I'm
know.
just kidding. I'm
It
talking-
definitely wouldn't happen with me.
Getting your hands ready to be down spiked by James.
Playing Smash after.
It's inevitable. Still.
I am inevitable.
I am Iron Man.
What?
Okay, bro.
I'm quoting them.
Yeah, that's
They
what I
did
was
it
gonna say.
first.
I'm pretty sure somebody said like I am X way before Matrix did.
Probably.
It's inevitable.
To be fair, I don't think Neo had like a really good comeback to that though, did he? Because wasn't that
He beat
the
his
last
ass.
movie where he-
I
he
think
was-
he just-
those hands.
I think
Wasn't
his
that when he
comeback
was
was him
dead?
deleting him.
You don't remember the?
Isn't that when he was dead?
Nah, he was like,
No, he was trying to infect him. Well, he
Yeah.
said it multiple times throughout the series.
At the very last
Yeah,
one, he was
and then,
like,
and then he died. Like Keanu Reeves is like comeback to that
He
was
sacrificed
death,
himself.
and then came back to life and killed him, and he didn't say a fucking word.
I mean, he
I'm just
deleted
saying there
him.
was no comeback in that movie. So my comeback.
I'm sorry,
Had to
Neo
come
was
from
really
another
known for
fucking
being
movie.
witty. He was more known for being the savior of all mankind.
Oh, yeah. So was Iron Man.
Yeah,
Now.
you know, if you take it out of context,
Iron Man.
Neo was a pretty boring
Hey,
guy.
fuck you. Iron Man was dope.
Like the way
Iron
he
Man
acted.
was
Yeah.
dope, but
Pretty
they could
boring.
have just brought him back to life at the time.
He was pretty nonchalant about being the savior.
He's
of the
totally
world.
not dead. I'm just gonna put that out there.
He's
He's
supposed to be a. He's supposed
He's
to look
totally
cool.
not dead.
Robert Downey
He didn't
Jr.
look cool.
contract
He didn't
is over.
care that he was the one. He just was.
You say that.
Over.
This is my
I mean, you
best
say that,
day.
but it doesn't mean that he's not gonna fucking work
We
for
go
him
fucking
anymore.
Superman.
And they're not gonna have another.
Yeah, I
they had
remember
to have
that
another Iron Man act.
What are you guys talking about?
I don't know.
Robert Downey Jr.'s contract's over.
Oh yeah, he's
For
done.
Iron Man,
Well, yeah, he's done, but I'm just
He
saying.
might make
I
cameos.
mean, I haven't seen Endgame, but like,
First of
doesn't he
all-
die?
He cameos.
Well, they've already
Nah,
confirmed that he's gonna do cameos.
You need to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, you should watch it.
But like, supposedly they're gonna take him and like augment him into things. Like, I mean, of course,
Well,
he's
they've already teased that with like which movie? The third one? There was a movie where it was a young version of him. It looked pretty good. It was like young. It was CGI. It looked pretty good.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. And like, you know, he's got Peter, he's got the Falcon dude, he's got Bucky, not Bucky, but you know, these people that he can pass his technology onto. And of course, like, I can't remember, Morgan was his daughter. I know that his daughter in the comic book line came on to be badass antagonist.
Antagonist?
Yeah, antagonist.
I don't know anything about.
Like, I can't remember. I think she may have picked up the Iron Man title. I'm not too sure though.
You mean protagonist? Like
Yes,
hero?
protagonist.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I
Yeah,
thought that
protagonist.
was an interesting twist. I thought that sounds dope.
That would have been fucking cool. Not as cool as Hell Hydra though from Captain.
That was G.
Yeah.
And a good way to make fun of the comic books.
That's like, okay, yeah, never mind. The whole Hell Hydra. That's because like apparently like, fuck, why am I? Nick Fury, fucking
Hydra.
Shield. No, but
Oh,
Shield was
Shield?
actually Hydra all along, right?
Yeah, you found that
Yeah,
out
yeah.
in the not Civil War, but Captain America 2.
Yeah, that's right,
Soldier.
that's right.
Yeah.
They
Well,
expanded-
they weren't all along, but slowly over time.
They expand on it pretty.
Yeah.
I like Agents.
I heard Ghost Rider was
So-
good. I haven't watched it. I heard Ghost
I
Rider
haven't
was
seen.
pretty
I like Ghost Rider and
The Ghost Rider movies with
Don't.
Cage.
I actually didn't mind them, but looking
Dude,
back
I
on
like
them, they suck.
Yeah,
fucking
when
bad.
it first came out, dude, I was like,
When the first
Oh,
one
this is
came out, I was so
Yeah, I really
hyped
liked
as a
them back in
kid.
the day, man.
yeah, bro, Ghost Rider was the shit. I was playing Ultimate Alliance, and like I would play as
It was
Ghost
so
Rider.
cool. You know who was awesome in those Ultimate Alliance games?
Who?
That I've never seen anything about because I like comic books, but I'm not a huge nerd. But the character that was on there for the PlayStation 2 exclusive character, Penance,
Oh, never had.
so cool. Like he basically wore a suit of armor that was an Iron Maiden. They were all spikes and stuff. I don't know his character at all. But he was so cool looking in the game. Like there's spikes on the inside, and I don't know how he works. It reminded me of Guts's fucking armor that he angles his body whenever. I love the Ultimate Alliance game.
Coming out with a new one.
Sure.
Yeah. Ultimate Alliance 3.
Second one was
Just got announced not too long ago. I myself am very much more excited for the Square Enix game. Because I mean that game also.
Have
And
you
I was a big fan of the first one.
Ultimate Alliance 2?
The second
Oh,
one,
the
I
first
think.
Ultimate Alliance came out on the PlayStation 2.
I played on the Wii.
The Wii, yeah.
Yeah.
And the second one came out on next generation console, but
Wait.
also on the PS2 and
Did the
stuff.
second one come out on the Wii or did it come out on the
I
GameCube?
think it came out on the
or
Wii.
the,
Probably
the
the
first
Wii
one came
U.
out on the GameCube. The
I
second
don't
one
know.
came
I
out on the
honestly
Wii,
don't
maybe.
remember. But the second one came out on all those, which sucks because I love the first one. The second one came out. I didn't have the new generation of console. I played it on the PlayStation 2, and the PlayStation 2 version literally does not work. Yes, you get to a boss fight in New York City, and you can't fight the boss, and they just never fixed it. So I had a version of the game that was
sucks.
broken,
That sucks.
and that made me very upset until I
Sure.
got it later on next generation
They're
console.
announcing Marvel or Marvel Enemy.
Yeah, the Square Enix one.
That's the one you were talking about?
Yeah.
I haven't even heard about that.
Was
It's
Ultimate
supposed- it's
Alliance
supposed to be
2?
very.
I love Square Enix, but their stuff always looks amazing. Doesn't always play.
Was Ultimate Alliance 2 like better than the first one, or was it like about the same? 'Cause I really liked the first one. It was almost like a mix of like Diablo style gameplay.
It was just as good.
It was just as good.
Yeah,
Okay.
at
Check it out
least.
sometime. Cause I loved how you literally go to fucking Valhalla.
I just like the
Like shit, like-
controls and the.
Yeah, I mean, but like
But-
I didn't see. I had a Wii before I had a. The
Yeah.
main reason I wanted the Wii though was to play Twilight Princess, the Legend, which is
Favorite
besides Breath of the Wild. Yeah, that's my next favorite, which is Legend of fucking Twilight
one?
Princess.
Majora's
dude.
Mask is my favorite.
Like Twilight Princess
Sure,
was
this
Link to
fucking
the
awesome.
past.
I have a hard time getting into the game.
Really?
I love 'em.
Because they're
I
not
tried.
PvP.
I
Yeah, but you're not also
I
not a
just
big
like
story
the-
guy.
Yeah, you get like halfway through them
Just
and then you
get more-
quit.
I played most story games I've played. I mean, even multiplayer games have story modes. Halo
Just
3.
give this podcast to listen to and listen to how many games we talked about. You're like, oh yeah, I played most, of it, but I quit playing it.
The Witcher.
Blah 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 blah. blah.
I played The Witcher almost.
That's fair. I haven't even finished. I haven't even played.
I mean, I
That's
played,
a really
Oh,
long
man.
game, though.
Yeah,
to be
that's
fair,
fair.
though.
I mean, I played The Witcher all the way through.
That took
most
me
of
like
the-
30 hours for the first run.
Most of the
Like,
main story.
My computer can't run it. Like I bought The Witcher 3 was really cheap on sale, and I started it up, and I usually don't care about graphics, but I felt like I was service. I cranked it all the way down. It was still running okay.
That and
I'm
Red
just gonna
Dead.
save this
That and Red Dead 2 though. Like, otherwise, started. And then just stopped
Which you
playing.
only got into Red Dead.
I got into Red Dead 2 because of the story. I played the first one. I just dropped.
to the podcast.
Yeah, I dropped out of Red Dead.
You literally podcast.
What did I say?
I bought Red Dead 2 for the PvP, and I was
Say that?
multiplayer. You said it encouraged. I don't think you
I
said
said
just
it.
for
I
that.
said it encouraged
Yeah.
me quitting because I was expecting the PvP to be pretty good, but it was awful.
He said that influenced his decision to quit playing the campaign.
I was pretty positive at one
Which
point.
I don't
You
understand the
said that you
correlation,
bought it
but-
for
Yeah.
the PvP.
I bought
but-
that for this because I mean that's the whole reason I played the first story.
I just love Arthur Morgan. Bitter end.
I had zero hype for it. Like,
I didn't have
Red
huge
Dead.
hype for it.
I did.
I played the first one a little bit, but
Like
James
I
bought
was I wasn't hugely hyped for it like a lot of people were, but I was into it. Like I really wanted to see because they revealed pretty early on it was about Dutch
Yeah.
and his gang.
It looked really good.
Yeah, I played the first Red Dead until there was like literally nothing else to do. And
I didn't
even when
go
there was
that
nothing
far.
else to do, I did nothing. But
I
was
played the
playing
first
game.
Red Dead until the expansions.
Undead
Undead
Nightmare was
so
sick.
good.
Sick. Dude.
See,
I
the
hope.
that's
they
horses
did-
everything I
you
did
get.
The first one.
Yeah, dude. I hope. Did you ever get the unicorn?
No, I didn't.
That shit was
The
badass.
unicorn?
I also hunted.
Like
the
okay, so
chupacabra.
in Undead Nightmare, you can get the 4 horses of the apocalypse, and you can also get a unicorn. I got the 4 horses, but the unicorn's really hard to find.
Like for the 4 horses, like you have to buy their deeds. Like if you ride death when you ride into zombies, their heads just explode. If you're riding war, it's
They
like a
catch on
fiery steed.
fire.
They catch on fire. I think famine had just like insane stamina and pestilence.
Yeah, well, Feminine was like infinite.
Yeah, that's right.
Stamina.
And the unicorn was just like basically had to go down into Mexico and like basically hunt this one area and hope that you could find it. Found it and you had to wrangle it and you
And
get
what
a
was
unicorn.
Pestilence?
I don't remember.
I
I think
remember.
Pestilence was like you found in the story mode. It's the one that there were
Yeah, yeah.
other horses that you could get. I
okay.
think. So I don't think you could.
And
Miss
you
that
had like
one.
holy water and stuff. So bad.
The zombies in that one were really cool too.
They were
They were
fun.
pretty
Kinda-
standard, but
kind
they
of
had
terrifying.
yeah, some of them were terrifying, and the multiplayer aspect of it was all PvE, the Undead Nightmare
Yeah.
stuff, and they were also it was a very much copy Call of Duty style, where it's just rounds, but it's third person, and there's some very claustrophobic moments because like one of the maps is specifically just a church, and then you have the outside part that's a great. Stay outside and stays relatively okay. It gets challenging, but if you go into that church, if you ever get corralled in there, the zombies in there just kind of like pile up, and it got intense. Quite a bit. It was a lot of fun. Loved it a lot.
I really hope they do something like that too.
I've been seeing like mixed feelings on it. Some people are like, I really want to. People are like, I hope they just.
I don't know if I'd go back.
I would love to have another Undead.
I don't
Nightmare
think they're
expansion.
going to,
Especially in that
unfortunately.
giant world. It's so beautiful.
Which is hard.
They probably won't because
Because they're gonna focus on multiplayer.
Yeah.
Same what they did GTA.
in GTA 5
Online.
they didn't have any story
Well,
expansions
their
at all.
multiplayer sucks, so they're gonna do a lot.
It depends on what you're looking for. Like I've heard people that really enjoy it just because they want to. They like fishing and they like hunting and going in, turning in their skins and role playing as a person living in the Wild West.
Well, when that came out of beta, they actually did an update recently, or they're working on it.
I played when it first came out.
Yeah, we'll suck.
I'm sure they changed.
They're actually
they have.
they're actually adding new so when you go into the world, it's also to help with the griefing because I didn't like it. 'Cause
Griefing was a big issue.
yeah, I would get griefed constantly by people that were much higher level. than me.
Lasso.
Not even that,
Shot.
dude. Like
The
you
lassos are easy. Like if you get lassoed, you can immediately switch to your knife, and your character will just.
just like get headshotted constantly, like across the map by people who you wouldn't even like fuck with. They just see you and be like,
Boom,
ha,
dead.
boom, dead. They're making it now to where, and I don't know if this is the first time. I just remember reading this briefly. Like whenever you like get into the game, you like choose a role. Like if you want to be like a hunter gatherer and that's like your thing, fine. Like you won't be able to get griefed or anything. It's almost like a passive mode, but not a passive mode. Like if that makes sense. And if you want to be okay, like y'all want to get in this game, in this lobby, I want to be able to go fuck people up, and they can fuck me up too. Like I want to do stuff like that. Then you declare that that's what you're gonna do. Basically.
I kind of like that because, like, I don't know. I understand why people want to just do what they want to do, not be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the Wild West. I feel like there should still be an aspect that, like, while you're out here getting this valuable pelts and stuff, somebody could come by. Like, have you seen the Ballad of Buster Scruggs on Netflix?
I started to watch it.
Watched all of it. It's really good. But like, there's an old man in there. One of the stories is he finds, puts out stakes to be a gold miner. Goes out and he finds this valley between the mountains, and he starts gold. He's a gold prospector. He's just gonna try to find some gold, and he finds some. Gets fucking shot in the back, and the guy comes along and tries to take his. It's actually really good. And tries to take his money, what he made, like, profit from it. And that's what the Wild West was like.
That's a good feature. Like,
what about Liam Neeson?
Jesus Christ, it's so dark.
So dark.
I loved it. I love that kind of stuff.
Whenever like that shit was about to end, and he like he tosses the brick off the bridge, he goes back and he looks at the dude.
Okay, I thought I was losing my phone.
Was hooping. Well, I hope not. That's sad.
It's like some supersonic fucking skill.
Well, I mean, 3 hours.
What? Jesus Christ!
Pretty
You
good
told me it
podcast.
was only be an hour and a half.
Happens.
Well, it felt.
I don't know what it felt like. Like 3 hours.
Our podcast was kind of
Like 2 hours. Or an hour and 40.
oh, that's right.
We also did start late. Here's our hurt.
Real? Hey, you should plug your fucking Twitch. Tell them what you're doing.
Nothing.
Well, you.
I mean, it's not consistent. I don't feel good about.
Well,
all right. So like, I do stream on Twitch every once. I do. So here's the thing. Go on there and you look at the VODs. You're just gonna find like that or like. Don't worry about that. Not with. What I plan on doing is making it brainstorming. That's what it's going to focus on. That's what I'm mainly. I need to figure out a schedule and exactly how. Because as of right now, the problem is I only do session a week. It isn't an issue. But once I've planned so much, there's nothing more to. So I can't do stream every day of it. But hopefully I can start ideas like maybe. Probably gonna start or
Ravnica?
No, but that's different. The Ravnica one, the one or the Ravnica one, basis. The SCP one, I'm gonna go from the.
So what is it?
The SCP one is the one that's some people that anybody that watches this.
I know what it is.
You know the SCP Foundation. Yeah. And it's the website that is the best way to explain it is it's a website for creative writers. And they make it in the form of governmental documents, I guess is the best, confidential documents, and they create things that exhibit what are called anomalous entities or anomalous. Basically, they're things that can't be explained by conventional. Whether they're not always
like
anomalies. Yeah, they're not always scary, but they're usually not good for humanity. And the idea of the SCP Foundation is they contain. So it's this whole universe that's been made up on this writing platform. I'm sure some of you, if you watch YouTube a lot, you've probably seen gameplay and stuff of it. Like if you ever watched Markiplier, seen the containment breach.
Yeah.
That universe. I don't know if you've seen it floating around there. One of the more popular ones, little stone guy, like red and green. You know what the Weeping Angel, Doctor Who. I don't. There's debate whether which one came out first. One of the top.
Don't blink, motherfucker.
Yeah, so basically, if you don't look at them, it's gonna kill you. Like the
Snap
idea
your
is
neck.
that like if you wait for too long, it's fine to snap your neck. That's one of them. Another one is like the Shy Guy, which is a popular one at 09. I think is him. And if you ever look at his face in any fashion except for the drawing, if it's actually his face, so picture, video feed, him, he will go crazy and ballistic, and he will not stop till you are dead. Won't stop. Doesn't matter. You can't stop him. And like the story that's associated with him, like there's so many stories. The most popular one, they were trying to prove that he needed to be destroyed, so they took a guy out hiking and they had him take a picture. 3 pixels of the picture, see his face. While they were scanning the picture, they happened to go over his face. It caused a huge broke out, and he, like, as he was going to the guy, of course, many other people, while he's getting there, runs like Mach 5, fucking fast. Doesn't stop at anything. All these other people see the fucking thing barely. Of course, people are gonna look at him, all of them, and it escalates. He's one of the more popular. They've tried to kill him, and he's been shot down by very like high power rifles, and it takes chunks out of him, but he just has ridiculous factor. They've done things like had somebody look at his picture thousands of feet below ocean level, like to the point where they're immersible, like crushed by those pressures. Breaks out eventually, tears open the pod, kills them. They've tried to have people look at him from like from like the border of like space, but like where the atmosphere ends. Yeah, the stratosphere, very top of the stratosphere. Fucking leaps that high. Like he will adapt to whatever situation is required for him to get to that person.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, but they're not all evil too. There's some that are more benign or more interesting. Like I'm trying to think. There's one that's like a mannequin that like it doesn't hurt people, but like it likes to scare people. And so what it'll do is like once you have seen it, it'll start to like appear behind you or whatever, or it'll locations where it'll scare you. That's all it does. It doesn't do anything else, but like it disappears and reappears in random places.
You're at Twitch.
Right, I got sidetracked. Yeah, twitch.tv/Hot Dolphin is there.
And now we have our own website. And you can follow.
Which means you'll be able to be finding the podcast on a lot of other places too.
Yeah, and all this stuff will be a lot more scheduled per weekly.
Yeah.
A lot of other stuff for coming.
Yeah, so where do you plan on uploading them to?
I'll be DMing a session
YouTube.
soon as
Yep,
well.
it'll be we'll have a session going up on Sunday.
Are the videos going to be
YouTube.
uploaded on the day they record?
Probably will be for
Right.
now. But
So-
what we'll be live streaming on Twitch soon. It'll be live streamed, and then you can follow up on. Internet's not super fast, so
Well, as the
Has to
schedule
take a
sits
day.
right now, there'll be D&D on Wednesday. That's on Thursday.
you hear us talking about sessions, and you're not watching it live. It's on Wednesday, Thursday. It's on Sunday. You'll see it. Yeah.
We need to get a little act. Okay.
Yeah, we could do that. I can put it on our website. Easy. Yeah. Thank you.
Peace.